Okay, so welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes,
Howdy.
last time you guys just got done with the All Eyes on Chult module, and you're level
Got
4.
done with.
Barely.
Yeah.
Oh, we survived All Eyes on Chult.
Almost unscathed.
You guys captured the one pirate captain, Florina, the half-elf. You guys recruited Slim, who was just a random swabby on the deck of her ship. Killed some intellect devourers, and then indirectly, I guess, killed a merchant prince.
Oops.
And
Nobody knows that. For all they know, it was the dwarves who killed him.
Yeah, it was the Xanathar's guild the whole time.
We didn't even
Yeah,
see it
definitely.
happen. Who knows?
It was the lizard men. There were lizard men there.
There were, yeah, blame those guys.
They turned into alligators and tried to eat us all.
The one did turn into an alligator and almost killed Slim like 4 times.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And yeah, so we did a little bit of off-screen shopping. If anyone wants to say what they got, they can.
Got a hat. It's really, really important. What else? Oh, I got a diamond festival for my spell components, and also the lovely coffee witch gave me a water damage explorer's journal.
Oh yeah. So that necklace. Do you want to explain that at all?
I went looking for to spend my 140 gold. I spent the majority of it on a pearl, which I can use to identify. Which thankfully in this edition it doesn't use the pearl, so I get to keep it.
So
and
require
then,
wine and a pearl you have to drink.
It requires that and a feather to go along with it to cast the spell. And I had mentioned to DM Scott, could I get it in like a ring or a necklace or something so I don't lose it while we're wandering the jungle? And he allowed me to make a necklace out of it with the help of the Coffee Witch, who is a planner traveler, I think, that we met before. And so now I have the ability to cast it once a day at its normal casting time without spending a spell slot. So instead of doing it as a ritual where it takes 11 minutes, it takes 1 minute. And I still don't use a spell slot.
You guys spent a few days, like rest time, making your necklace, getting materials, de-stressing at the bathhouse, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Slim more than you guys at the bathhouse.
Almost dying that many times, yeah.
He actually, after the second day, he disappears, and he comes back 3 days later, and he's got like full rogue attire on, where he's got like a face mask and leather armor. And
did you pay for that?
You see the Zentarum
Hell no, he's a rogue. Okay, never mind. I approve of this.
But you remember the Zentarum, most of them are more of they're shady merchants, or not merchants, mercenaries, but they're not inherently evil per se. So he probably went off and got some training from one or something.
The Xanathar's guild's like, we're thieves, we'll steal everything. And the Zentarum are like, no, that's bad business. We want you to pay for it. Pay too much for it, of course, but pay for it.
Oh, and then something really important you guys got. I'm not sure if you were even going to attempt trying to sell it in town, but you guys got that dagger.
Oh no, that's not leaving my person.
Okay.
I'm not even showing that to anybody unless in the privacy of my room, because I realized after the fact that the entire time I was comforting Dribraw's widow, I had the murder weapon in my pocket and didn't realize it until Varth did a medicine check on the dead guy and realized that he had been killed by a poison dagger that looked sort of similar to the one in my pocket.
It is no longer poison, so it's fine.
Still nobody's going to know about that crap. We're just going to keep that to ourselves for a while.
Oh, speaking of money, were we going to get a guide for the jungle?
Yeah, about that. How much do you guys have left? Because I'm running pretty darn tight. I actually bought a whole bunch of stuff. I sold I had a when I first arrived here, I came on a big boat, so I had like a big chest that was huge. So I sold that off, and I bought an explorer's pack that comes with a backpack, and a bedroll because I didn't have one before, and then a bunch of minor stuff too.
I was able to find someone who said he could. The second I mentioned that there were two ladies with me, he said he was willing to be a guide. He actually knows the way to those mist cliffs that you guys talked about. And
Okay,
then,
sure.
as he says that, in walks in Kame.
I
Do you
I
want
just
to?
kind of look over at Slim and I'm like, I'm guessing you mean the turtle guy. Have we ever seen a turtle before?
Azra hasn't.
No, you haven't. You can give me a knowledge nature, I guess, for them.
Sure. Find some dice.
22.
Wow, starting good.
I'm so smart, but it's only an 8.
Eights for both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Typical.
I see you in chat, Jess. Yes, he was the one with the murder weapon. He's a very shady pirate that they recruited.
Like literally, his name is Slim. I mean, he's obviously super shady.
Yeah. All he's missing is a wrapping, and he used to be Slim Shady. But
God.
puns aside, he.
This is why he doesn't have the dagger. I don't want him to be shady.
The Tortles you've heard are from the snout of Umar, which is a small little island that's branched off of the southwest part of the peninsula of Chult, which is months of travel away. So he's really far away from home.
You are quite a ways away from home, Tortle. Also, nice hat.
Thanks. I like travel.
Oh,
I turn to leather guy and go, "You're brave wearing so much leather in the jungle. You will chafe. It will be painful."
Oh, he's got stuff underneath it. Jeez, you think he goes commando under there? You don't go commando under there, do you?
all you can see
Azra's like, back it up.
with his the hood up and like the face mask, his eyes start back and forth, and he goes, "No."
Oh, I thought you were talking to Varth, because I think Varth has leather armor as
Yeah,
well.
Varth
Yes.
is literally like covered in hide armor from head to toe. Well, it's not armor, it's hide clothing.
He's actually more
Leather.
covered up than Slim.
Leather doesn't breathe. Hide can. So, yeah, you're going to chafe, man. Good luck.
Do you want to describe what all you look like? Because obviously you're a turtle man, and in the picture you got your straw hat.
So, let's see here.
And
About 5'8", pretty bulky because of the shell and everything. No actual clothing other than like some belts and straps and bandoliers on, and so with a lot of pouches, kind of like a Rob Liefeld kind of character with all the pouches to keep stuff in. Also, probably has a 10-foot pole, which is taking up a lot of room, but he's using that kind of like a hobo stick to keep, like water catchers and stuff on. So
Nice.
he's probably having a little time navigating if we're in a building, but he's used to it. He's also olive green coloration.
So he's bipedal, right? He's
Yes.
not. Yeah.
Think like Ninja Turtle, except
He's a
little bit
Ninja
fatter.
Turtle.
He's an
Yeah.
old Ninja Turtle.
He's
Got it.
he's their master straw hat on a Ninja Turtle, and it's
Mhm.
I'm having a major brain fart on his name. Master Splinter, right?
Master Splinter, the rat, yeah.
Yeah. It's got one of those hats. The right, the journal that you got, I just remembered, that Kay gave you, that was water damaged. She explained to you that the merchant prince for magic stuff that lets her sell stuff in town, he actually found it 15 years ago out in the jungles, and it was from a wizard explorer. And He doesn't know the name of the wizard. There are no spells in it, unfortunately, but it's a literal journal. It's not a spell book, and it goes over the story about how he was exploring the jungle, and he had a thing called a shield guardian with him, which is this construct that he controlled with the amulet, and he even sketched it. The picture of this amulet. It seems to be made of bronze, mithril, and adamantium, and he uses it to control Vorn. It says Vorn on the necklace, Vorn, and he doesn't know where the shield guardian's at. He doesn't know where the amulet's at, but both of them can't be too far away from the direction you guys are actually going.
Cool.
So, like, this was found sans body?
The journal was found by explorers. They found, like, his dead body with the journal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was down in a ditch underneath a bridge somewhere.
But he wasn't wearing the amulet at the time?
No. Which was really weird.
I guess something must have took it off of him.
And the Guardian wasn't nearby, was it? That was somewhere else.
It doesn't say in the journal, so who knows?
Does mending fix the journal better than it was to make it more legible?
Yeah, everything's legible. It's just like the outside's a bit water damaged. Like it was sitting out in a damp jungle for a while before somebody found it.
Oh, well, I use mending on it, so it doesn't look so bad.
Thanks.
Okay.
No problem.
Now it's pretty. And then I put it away.
Oh, Kay also says, I will give you something special if you can bring me back both the amulet and the shield guardian.
I will do that.
Something you would like a lot, as she like holds up a spell book.
Her eyes go wide, like really wide.
Okay, so question.
Mm-hmm.
If Azra were to copy a spell from a spell book into her own, does that disappear? Or say
Not
if it were, because
if it's a scroll, yes. If it's a spell book, no. I was looking this up.
okay, so feasibly, you and I could use the same spell book to learn the same wizard ritual.
Yes.
Because my ritual caster feat allows me to learn any wizard ritual of half my level or lower that I encounter, provided I have gold for it, obviously.
She just like flips through the book real quick, and you see there are a lot of spells in there. Quite a few of them,
Nice.
The glyphs you can't really make out, meaning they're higher level.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't quite comprehend them yet. But
I was just like trying not to do a little happy dance in the stuff.
mechanically, since she's a wizard, she could use that spellbook instead of her. She doesn't even need to copy it down. Like she can just hold two spellbooks at once and just dual wield spells. I guess I don't know, because she still has her limited spell slots without more spells known is always nice. All right, so all that happens. You get a bunch of shenanigans. You recruit a Tortle friend. I'm not.
Which I don't think we introduced herself. Dag holds out her hand and introduces herself. I'm Dagger Catterley. I'm an archaeologist and adventurer, and these are my friends, Azra and Varth.
I'm Slim. You hear in the back.
Oh, and Slim. I forget about him. He's so stealthy.
He is very stealthy. I can understand not noticing him being there.
He's actually really shit at it.
Looking at the guy
He
and
rolls
solid
terribly
black
all the time.
He actually looks a bit more professional now. He doesn't
that's
seem
nice.
as much of a klutz as he was before.
His charisma is still 8, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He just covered up part of his face, so it's not as appalling to look at.
He should get a +1. Covering himself.
It basically makes his charisma 0 until he starts talking.
I don't know. I think that would be even more of a minus for trying to persuade somebody or something.
Fair enough.
Some guy in a face mask comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, I just want to negotiate with something," and you're like, "Oh God, don't kill me. Here's my money." But okay, so yeah. So you said that you pretty good with survival stuff there, Kame?
My species have to learn to survive before we're a year old, so I'm better than average.
That'll be really useful.
Varth is also good at survival.
Not a competition,
you-
boys.
Talk to yourself in third person?
A little
Not
bit, yeah.
always, but yes.
So I'm imagining we're like sitting in the tavern. I'm actually gonna plop down my backpack and start pulling shit out. I'm like, okay, so I got a bedroll, which I didn't actually need until like today because I don't really go out in the jungle that often. And I got rope, and I got rations and insect repellent and a healer's kit. Is there anything else you think we need, Mr. Kame?
Mhm. Well, I got other things, so we should be good.
Cool.
I mean, it's kind of hard being a guide without
tent
stuff.
for 2 people. If
Oh, cool. I've got
someone
one for.
needs place to sleep.
I've got one that fits 2 people as well. So we could squeeze in and make 5 fit.
My home is on my back.
I mean, I didn't want to assume.
It does look kind of homey as Slim goes over and like knocks on the shell. Do you let him knock?
What's his charisma?
He kind of like
Whoa,
he's kind of like
man.
hunched over a little bit as he like creepily comes up to you and goes to touch your shell.
He's like
Hey.
missing teeth.
Oh no, you don't see that.
Sort of
You
like-
just see like agitated eyes and like.
I just sort of like
wrinkles.
pull away. I'm like, nah, dude, Slim, leave him alone. You don't just go
Mhm.
groping random new people.
Consent is important, Slim. Come on.
He backs up, his fingerless gloves in the air. He pretty much looks like someone from the Thieves Guild in Skyrim.
Okay.
That's as close
Okay.
as
That's
shape
what
like
I was
that.
picturing.
Yeah,
Very inconspicuous, my friend.
Very.
inconspicuous.
I
If I
tried.
was looking for a thief, I would definitely not come anywhere near you. Because you look nothing like a thief, man.
I'm not a thief. I'm a burglar.
He's a burglar.
Burglar, yes.
Azra just like sighs into her hat and just pulls it over her eyes. Like,
I gotta remember, I don't have a camera working, so I keep doing like finger quotes. Which you guys can
yeah, I kept doing that as well.
Good practice. Good practice. The wait. With finger quotes, since you got like Ninja Turtle hands, right? So would that be just like
I think he actually checked. I think he has 5.
Yeah, I think the picture in the Tortle package download shows them with 5 digits.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
Okay.
One up on
I
the
was thinking
Ninja
they only have
Turtles.
to do.
Because like in real life, they've got. It's just the webbing extends all the way out. I don't know. It's been a long ass time since I've held a turtle.
It depends on the turtles or the tortoise.
Like probably like 15 years or something.
They vary greatly in how they look. I've seen a lot of art for the 5th ed versions. So there's probably some with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 3 fingers, but
I
Though we
agree.
were looking, and I think the turtle is based more off of sea turtles than sea-based turtles than off of terrestrial turtles.
Like that. All I know is the one picture looked a bit like 5 digits, so I can have 4 and meet it halfway.
Mhm.
that works. The so you guys do that. Get your equipment, and on the 6th day, you guys are in town. Something happens. All the doors and windows in town all slam shut and then slam back open again. And
I look over
in the
at
middle of the
Azra
day.
and I'm like, that wasn't you, right?
No.
What's your guys' passive perceptions?
11.
Okay.
13.
13, I think. Yeah, 13.
13.
You don't have perception?
No.
Are all 3 of us at 13?
Yes.
Nice.
No, I'm 11. I'm stupid. It's fine.
You're
She's
just
not very
easily
perceptive.
distracted. Yeah, you're just easily distracted. What?
Slim points up into the sky, and you guys see he's taking some training. The in seeing things, a robed figure in the air, about 200 feet above the center of town, right above this building that the top of the dome is covered in gold. You know, that's where the merchant princes, that's where they do their council meetings and stuff.
Okay, so question. I have navigator's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Would those come with any kind of like lenses or something? I know like I know like a telescope thing costs like 1,000 gold or some shit, but
yeah, it's really expensive. You would have like a sextant if you want to like funnel it, or
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just something to see if I can get a little closer look.
okay. Give me a perception check then.
I'm going to use a different dice because the gold one has been screwing with me, and the purple one's not much better. 9.
Okay, it's same as before. You see some humanoid wearing long, silvery blue robes floating above the golden throne, I think is what it's called in the module. But they open their mouth, and you hear a loud, intimidating female voice say, "Heed my words, for what I'm about to tell you affects everyone in Torio." And the people that weren't like already like freaking out before are now really freaking out, and they look up and see her. She says, "The death curse comes from a soul-mongering entity within the lost city of Omu, which is located deep within these undead-filled jungles," as she points to the south. "This entity is consuming the souls of everyone who has died, and is slowly doing the same to all of you who have been resurrected," as she points down at the crowd. She then a glowing door appears right next to her, and she seems to walk on the air and walk through the door, and was gone.
Can I identify what kind of spell that was, whether it was like Dimension Door or whether it was like some high level, something much higher level?
Everyone give me an Arcana check. Or religion.
That's an 8.
14.
Damn it.
13.
Azra's mad that she doesn't know what that is.
9.
Okay. Seem to be some powerful spellcaster of some kind.
She's mad and impressed.
Mad pressed.
Yes, exactly. It's her default.
But quickly rumors start spreading around about this death curse. After that. And I assume quickly after that you guys are heading out.
Yeah, so
You've been in town a few days.
Dag potentially considers visiting a temple after that, and then she's like, "That's fine. We won't die on the way. Well, I'll come back and think about it later."
We won't die on the way.
For just a half second, she was like worried for her immortal soul, and then she's like, "That's fine. We're not gonna die. It's not like that happened 4 times last week."
It's not like there were multiple death saving throw failures all last week.
I only had 1, but it wasn't that 1.
I mean,
The dice gods
her
hate
middle
me.
name is basically Danger. She knows no fear. She's not afraid
Dagger,
of
Danger,
death.
Cataly.
Yes.
Yeah, Azra feels bad for like all of the people that are now wasting away under the death curse, but she's not planning on dying anytime soon. So she's like, yeah, it's fine.
There's a rumor that one of the merchant princes is withering away from this curse.
Can we find out which merchant prince?
Give me an intelligence check. Investigation, actually.
Ooh.
It's going to be a really high DC, because you don't talk about the merchant princes without them knowing it. And
22.
that's something that merchant prince would not want people to know. And of course,
22.
the urchin who would have the street smarts would get the high roll.
Yeah.
Kame, did you want to... You're part of the gang now. You gotta do the death saving throws with everyone else.
8, I don't think does anything.
Okay. Azra, you're with Dagger, and she doesn't get any information, but you notice one of the Zentarum in the alleyway tries to catch your attention.
Ooh, okay. I'm like,
And
yeah.
When you get over there, they tell you that the Jasmine, the merchant prince of assassins and poisons, is the one that is affected by it. And she's trying to keep it very secret. Because one merchant prince has already died here.
Yeah. We had nothing to do with that. I give her a sneaky thumbs up, and then I sidle back to Dagger and relay the information.
Shit like that. You just don't say anything.
I love the sneaky thumbs up.
Yeah, she painted did that. That's a thing now.
Yeah, so I guess we want to get started as early as we can because it gets dark pretty early.
All right, so you guys head out, and Kame, you're gonna lead the group. I was gonna say you have a ship off the coast down there that you know of that you like keep hidden.
Okay.
And
Let's get going, guys and girls.
Woohoo!
give me a
Let's
survival check. Leader.
As we're going, I want to try and use like my navigator's tools and some parchment to try and sketch out a map of which way we're going.
Okay.
As we're traveling, I 19 survival to find food.
Oh yeah. These first few days, I'm assuming you guys got a rough map of the continent. Mostly, it's the coastline that's mapped, in the middle isn't. Unlike what I
20.
have. Oh, 20. Nice. Okay, so you guys didn't get lost. He's your guide, so.
Cool.
Yeah. You were near a river right now, so your survival check was definitely you just like either throwing your spear or casting out that new elven fishing
Oh,
line.
I was testing the elven block and tackle, that's for sure.
You feel like if you were a little more dexterous, it would be just as effective as actually knowing the technique of using it. It's really
Varth
light.
wishes this body that he has was not as clumsy as it is.
But you catch a lot of decent
I,
fish.
of course, examine them before I cook them to make sure they're not the fish I'm looking for.
I have a mess kit now. Are we like on a big boat or are we like on a canoe?
No, you guys are on foot, right?
No, you said he had a boat. Oh, no, we're going to the boat first.
Yeah, you're going to the boat
Okay.
because this treasure of Captain Jadescale that you heard about was on islands off of Chult.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
He's,
So we got to travel to the part of the coast the boat's at.
he's the cheapest option. You guys could get a ship there, but getting back in would be really expensive because that dragon turtle, and it also
Dragon
costs a
turtle,
lot
yeah.
anyway. But you catch a few algae eaters, a few crabs, a lot of bluefin killifish, which are just like bluegills. You actually catch a big mouth bass, and gotta pull out the dice for a second. Pretty much all these are just fish. But this last one you caught, you were like, "Is this the platinum trout? Is this the platinum trout?" Oh no, it's just a bunch of copperfish. You find 4 copperfish, which they look like gold, like actual goldfish, but their scales are copper. And you know that aquatic humanoids, like tritons and stuff, will use their scales instead of coins as currency in their equivalent value. So copper scales, silver scales, gold scales.
Definitely gather up as many of those copper scales as I can. How many do I get?
1. I didn't roll that 1 on that. Actually, no, you rolled a d20.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
17.
Okay, you get 17 copper scales.
The guy who does not value material possessions has a lot of money.
You know, it'd be a lot easier to get those off if you had a fillet knife, aka advantage, but
Right.
whatever. But you guys continue traveling. Your
The
guide,
fisherman's kit doesn't come with a knife, with a flame.
Nope.
No, it does not. That is a separate thing you must purchase.
I have thoroughly read through the player's handbook. It is not mentioned that that's in the kit, which is crazy.
Cool.
Capitalism.
Okay.
You gotta go spend another gold piece on that fillet dagger.
Well, it's a really nice and very sharp dagger. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's part of the Dungeon Delver 9000.
I'll tell you about that joke later.
Kame is just doing such an excellent job as a guide. Like, you guys run into an area where it looks perfectly fine, and he like stops you, and it turns out that it was a quicksand spot, and you guys could get around it just fine.
Cool.
You guys will go through the vines and stuff, and he actually stops you guys from encountering another one of those large snakes again.
Oh, the
It's
Jakuli?
disguised. Yeah, it was disguised
Oh,
as
those
the vine.
things are terrifying.
I hate those things so much.
Yeah.
If there's any fish left over, I give the snake a fish so it's not going to eat us.
Okay, we'll go with that. You give him what's left of the copperfish.
I talk to him and tell him, eat this instead of us.
You hear it go. All right. But that was all on day one, man. You're like, holy crap! This is only the first day. We're gonna be traveling for almost a month out here, like 10 days out here. It's gonna be crazy.
Azra's starting to get really uncomfortable, by the way. She hasn't been out of the city in a while, and she's starting to get a little bit antsy. She doesn't like it.
One of the first things you probably notice is, ironically enough, unlike the city, it is always loud here. There's always things making noises at any time of night, any time of day. So the first night you probably weren't too comfortable sleeping because you just hear stuff rustling outside and birds chirping all the time.
Are we far enough away from the city that I feel comfortable enough there's not people anywhere around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I pull my hood down and take my mask off.
Okay, Kame, you see pretty much a green scale version of Voldemort's face.
Yeah. No nose. There's like 2 slits right here, and I got tiny scales that are flesh colored.
You don't need to roll because you're native here. He's a Yuan-Ti.
I can make you a cream for that skin condition later.
Oh boy, do I
Dag-
wish there was one.
Dag had like been in the middle of about to step between the two of them, just out of recognizing how uncomfortable Varth is about this. And then as soon as Kami says that, it's like, oh, okay, no, he's cool.
I start playing my bongo.
That's right. He has a little bongo. He probably pulls it out of his shell out of nowhere. Like, he just like whoop, into his shell, and you hear rustling. It's his
Shell
home.
is hammer space.
It is his home. Like, he literally, when you guys went to sleep for the first night, he just went zoom into his shell.
Nice.
He doesn't need a tent.
Nice.
Toilets are so cool. But anyway,
That was pretty awesome.
Your bongoing away on the second day. Everyone's pretty confident that this is a good choice, and holy crap, is he cheap? AKA, we didn't have to pay anything for this. Give me a perception check, everybody.
I do think we should set up a watch at night. For what it's worth. I literally have rolled 3 6s in a row.
Demon.
9.
Remember that second evening when I actually had dice and they were rolling badly? Made up for it tonight. You said a perception check?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Holy shit.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, right.
Hey.
Your rogue might want to roll. He got a 3 as well. Don't worry.
Yay. We're all
Whoa.
just in a corner not looking at anything.
Yeah, I got a 12.
A 12. Okay. You see what you're rolling yourself into here. Perception checks. 3, 6. Wait, Azra, would you? 8?
10.
10. Okay. Varth. The foliage in the jungle gives way to a clearing roughly 1,000 feet in diameter, and at the center of the clearing is damp ground rests a grand willow tree, which is really weird because you guys are in a jungle area. Willow trees usually don't grow in jungle foliage. It's green and gold bark cascading to the ground like a strange waterfall. But you notice, more importantly, there seem to be some weird humanoids hiding in the grass. They're hiding really well. Like, you barely spotted them, and they look like they're about ready to attack all of you.
I point out where they are to everyone and tell everyone to get ready for battle.
I saw the pretty looking tree, and I was about to go forward and clip a couple leaves off, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna reach for my weapon.
Varth, give me a nature check.
All right.
When he points them out, can I do the same as well?
10.
His pointing out will be on the surprise round.
Oh, okay.
10. Okay, they definitely look like they're from the Feywilds, but you're not sure what race this is. They almost look like Skyrim Spriggans, but they have animal claw-like hands and feet, and they have actual weapons on them. So on the surprise round, you tell everybody where they're at, and right as they notice that you notice them, they spring out to attack. So roll initiatives.
8. That's a 20, dirty 20.
Nice.
10.
13.
Here I was worried I wouldn't have time to use the restroom. I have plenty. 4.
Kame, you said 10?
Yes.
Okay. The very important thing to say, since he pointed out everyone, you see one that looks like the leader, 4 smaller ones, and they have 2 big lizard things. And they were all hiding in the grass here.
Cool.
And they all spring out at the same time. So they got 17 on their initiative. So
I look over at Azra as I point them out, and the only thing I say before they come out is, really good time for fire.
I'm on it.
the leader actually pops out of the willow tree, and she looks like... I'm hitting my mic. She looks like that.
Ooh, cool.
If you can see that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That looks neat.
And everyone else can give me
them.
a nature check eventually when it's their turn on what they are. The leader says some stuff, and it just sounds like rustling leaves. Does anyone know Slyven, or whatever the Fey language?
No.
It was not available in the languages I can speak, but I speak Primordial.
Okay, yeah, you
It
know
wasn't
they're
available
speaking...
to a druid.
No, it wasn't.
No, the druid speaks Druidic.
Druid
Actually-
gets their own language that nobody speaks except druids.
Yep.
Classic
The
Druid.
most used.
Yeah, but that's automatic for the class. I chose Primordial and Chult, and my race got Common, Abyssal, and Draconic.
The leader looks feminine looking in shape. Her arm turns into a big vine thorny whip, and she whips at the closest party member, which I guess would be Kame, because he was in the front. Luckily, he's got pretty much natural full plate, so I doubt this will actually
Walks
do
around in a tank.
A thorn whip goes right on your shell, but it doesn't do anything. And
Hey.
Ow.
Oh,
she's also carrying a glowing quarterstaff, which
Ooh.
Varth immediately recognizes the spell. Which I
I
always
say
pronounce.
the I
I
say
always
the
pronounce it
spell
wrong.
aloud.
Shillelagh.
Yeah.
I
I always say it's like an Irish leprechaun, like shillelagh.
Actually-
The golden shillelaghs.
Actually, if you were going to say it in Irish, you'd say, "She's wielding the shillelagh."
The shillelagh. That's what
Oh my god.
So
I
funny.
wish Varth was Irish now.
If I was a halfling, that would have been the voice I used for sure.
Yes.
That would have any halfling I played would have had just brimming over with Irishness. Because that in D&D, that's pretty much what they are. They're the Irish.
They have the luck of the Irish.
The two lizards pop their heads out. They're large size. They're not quite horse size, but they're definitely like 10
Are
foot
they
long.
like intelligent lizards or like they're like animal lizards?
They're definitely animal lizards. Both of them look at you as the leader points their glowing quarterstaff at you, and they both go, oh, and they shoot some purple glob at you.
Cool.
Wow.
From 30 feet away. One misses, the other one hits you. Smells tangy.
Does this smell like it could be poisonous?
Yes, it smells very poisonous.
Cool.
I dab some of it on my finger and taste it. Definitely poison.
Just like,
Okay.
dude, what the fuck?
As you do that, you're like, tastes like 3d6 poison damage.
Kind of a
Just goes
dangerous
numb.
poison too. Might not want to get that on you.
Are you completely immune to poison or just
Yes.
resistant?
No, I'm completely immune to poison.
That's awesome.
That's why when you were like, have a drink, I was like, no thanks. It just tastes awful to me.
The other four smaller humanoids hop out with their quarterstaffs, which are also glowing, and
That's
That's
Kevin's alarm.
I was like, combat started. That's what it sounds like. Or like a race in Mario Kart or something.
Just the Pokemon battle music. Yeah.
Okay. Two go after Dagger, and two go after
Oh
Kame.
god.
So they have
What
their
are
glowing
these?
quarterstaffs, and they look like spriggans with like weird animal limbs.
What size are they? Medium, small?
Medium.
Okay.
Their eye sockets are like deep, and you just see a glowing green on the inside.
Cool.
Swing, miss, swing and a miss. At least I'm pretty sure. What's Kame is definitely a miss. The Dagger, what's your AC?
14.
14. Yeah, the other two missed you as well.
Okay.
Now it is
Azra, I think.
I think Azra, yeah.
Isn't this still a
Varth
surprise
shall
round?
return on his turn.
No, the surprise round Varth spent telling you guys that they were there.
Oh, okay. Right.
I was
So
like,
they- So they missed their chance. He
Cool.
made the really high perception roll, so that's awesome.
Okay. If I burning hands and set all the grass on fire, can I get them all?
Hmm.
Or
Well,
would
I
I
mean,
get
we're
my
in the
party?
rainforest. I don't think you're going to really start one huge fire.
That's
You can-
true.
You could get the lizards, because they're fairly close to each other. The leader is in the willow tree that is really far away.
Mm.
Well, actually, no, it's not too far away. She used her whip. It's about 60 feet away. And the rest of them are on the party. So,
Then the herd.
yeah.
I will try not to set my party on fire. I can.
You know, you can shape your fire away from them, but that won't stop the fire next round from trying to hit them.
Yeah. I'm gonna magic missile then
Which target?
at the leader in the tree.
Okay.
There. Okay. 2, 4, 1. 8 damage.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
You hit her. She doesn't seem two-faced. I believe it is. Kami's turn.
Okay, so
You got two of these humanoids on you. You got two giant lizards spitting poison, and you got the leader way in the distance, and two on Dagger.
alright, if two basically on me, I will, quarterstaff, one of them on me.
I imagine I'm pretty much back to back with you, and I say back up as soon as you can.
Alright, so
Because I've got a spell.
20 to hit.
20 definitely hits the first one.
And 25, so both those.
Damn.
Wait, on the same one, right? They're both
same one.
Okay. Roll
Man, how
damage.
nice is it to have a warrior in the party?
Someone who can hit
Oh.
things. Yay!
He hasn't even done his
Roll.
cool.
Yes. Grand total of 15 damage on him.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
that one is down.
Wow.
You
I like
haven't even
this.
seen his special stuff yet. He can do some crazy cool stuff involving Key.
Nice.
I'm just imagining Dag doesn't even see this. She just turns around and the guy that just tried to attack him is on the ground. I'm just like, what the
Like,
fuck
whoa.
happened?
Okay, since everyone's missed him so far, we're gonna go with like he is a kung fu master, where he's just like standing
Yeah.
casually, like his arms are behind him, and they go to like swing their attacks, and he's just like casually dodging out of the way or letting them hit his shell because he's just like whatever, and then just like
So-
trip, smack.
And you told me to move, so I guess I'll move. Use my movement to move away.
Do you move like out of
I-
this
I, like-
grove or further in?
When I did, I waved my arm and I wanted to just move you away from the group of the enemies.
Okay, so I take a step away as she's trying to push me away, I guess. I'm like, okay.
Do you move further into this grove? Because you're like you and Dagger are the only two actually in this grove area right now. Or do you move further back out?
I'll move a little bit further in to take, so people are aiming at me since I apparently can dodge most of the stuff.
Okay, you could move up to the lizards in this round if
Yeah.
you want. They're right next to each other.
Okay, I'll move up to them.
Okay. All right. That's your turn. So now it is Dagger's turn. You got
Cool.
3 of those things next to you and 1 down.
Cool. How many of them can I hit in a 20-foot cube without hitting myself or Kame? Just the 3 or...
Just the 3. But they're
I'll
all
take
within
it.
5 feet of you, so works.
I'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple steps back and cast Fairy Fire. And they all need dexterity saving throws.
What's the DC?
14.
14. Okay. 1 makes it.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Is it one of the Spriggan things or the lizard that makes it?
Yeah. There are 3 of the Spriggan things are on you. And that's
Oh,
what-
okay. Okay. Yeah. So 2 of these things are now glowing, and you have advantage to hit them, all of you. And yeah, and I'm just gonna try and back away and put my back to the Kung Fu lizard. I mean Kung Fu turtle. Sorry.
That's racist.
Don't do the tongue thing.
And last but not least, it is Varth's turn.
Okay. In a language that I know nobody speaks, Varth says, "Did we intrude on your grove?"
Which language?
Druidic.
The lesser ones that are actually on you guys don't say anything, but the leader looks at you and says back in Druidic, "Yes."
We will leave if you stop trying to kill us, brother,
Sister.
I
He's
would
bad
have
at genders.
I would have known the difference.
Actually, they're genderless, so it really doesn't matter. But whatever.
I forgot to ask. Could I have done a nature check on my turn to see if I know what these things are?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Every dice is in dice jail. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Maybe Spriggans. I don't know. They're definitely fed. You never heard of Spriggans like these, though. These are totally not based off of, if Jess is still in chat, they're totally not based off of the race from the Lizard King module or anything.
Nice.
They
Yeah, I just kind of go,
I see him
Stand
talking
down,
to it, and I
please
sort of
stand
like
down.
put my hands up and sheathe my weapon.
Give me a persuasion. I was gonna say diplomacy, but wrong edition. The
10.
okay.
And I say, if you stand down, we will stand down.
Cycles back
And I ready enact my last action to, if they don't stand down, I moonbeam the leader.
Okay.
I'm just like, if you stand down, we'll stand down. And
But
she
if
doesn't
not,
stand down,
I'm
gonna
going
go,
to
boom.
fucking nuke you.
Yeah.
Go all Sailor Moon on you. But you notice that actually, like, the tree line that it starts as grove, like some of the branches were starting to move, like they were going to attack you guys. But as you have your little negotiation with the leader, they recede back, and she says, "All right." And then in that language you heard, that weird Fey language before, you hear her tell the others to back off, and they back off. The lizards climb up into the tree, and she like pets one, and with her other hand, she waves it, and the one that you downed, you see healing magic on it, and it gets up, and she tells it to come back.
I say to you guys, we intruded on a druid grove. We intruded on a druid grove. It would be best if we do not proceed forward. Kame, Dagger, step back.
I'm gonna, on my turn, I'm gonna end my fairy fire spell.
Okay. The leader says to all of you in common, friend or foe?
Friend.
Friend.
Friend. You hear from the shadows in the back.
Holy crap, where are they coming from?
The universe totally didn't just remember that I existed or anything.
Definitely not.
Azra's behind a tree, but she says friend.
You know, somehow he's also behind the same tree. You just realized he's there.
Just like...
He's
When
like,
did you learn how to do that?
I don't know.
Just like in the tree between the branches.
He's like
Let's be honest, this is a jungle. That tree could be 20 feet across.
He's like a nymph, and his head just pops out of the trunk. And he's like, "Here I am." They say, "We are the Willow Wilden." Now, Wilden are a 4th edition race that Sean Merwin, the writer of Lizard King, brought them back, and they are guardians of the forest, pretty much. That's their whole thing. They were a player race, so if you wanted to play some, like, they're kind of like the shifters in Eberron. So if you want to play like a weird bestial survival race, they were really good at that. We are looking for another, but they seem to have been lost in the Feywilds while we guard our willow, our mother, as it like puts its hand on the tree. Our mother has seen your mercy, and that you are her allies, and she would like to give you a gift. But first, I must ask, have you seen the one that calls himself Byre?
Byre? B-Y-R-E?
That is correct. She opens her eyes wider. You know him?
Do I? Can I do a intelligence check to see if I recognize that name?
You don't.
Okay.
Blake's memory is a bit rusty. Have we encountered a tree person before?
No.
Have I encountered anything since I am from the area?
Actually, you might be, maybe. No, unfortunately.
Okay.
Actually, wait. You do remember encountering, before you headed up north, that there were a bunch of adventurers that came from the Feywilds, and they had one of these creatures with them. They were a bunch of spellcasters like this group.
I informed them of what do I know. It's like, could be them, might not be. Didn't really take names, sorry.
It is all right. Mother offers you her branch. As one of the branches comes down and it like snaps itself off in her hands, and she holds it kind of like a ceremonial way, like a Eastern samurai would hold a katana, where she's holding it.
I kind of step forward and bow respectively.
I do the same. I do a awkward bow because I'm like, I don't know if the normal courtesying rules apply here or not, but I bow as well.
I kind of bow respectfully and take it.
Okay. This tree branch is definitely not an ordinary tree branch. It pulses with magical energy. Almost like if you crafted a wooden weapon out of it, it might be a magical weapon.
Ooh.
We protect this grove, and we have been under attack by many hostile creatures recently, so we apologize for the hostilities. Are any of you
What kind
injured?
of creatures? No, we're fine. I think we're fine.
One's like him, points at Varth. Ones that I believe you other mortals. Sorry, Jess. It was reference to our campaign. I freaked her out. She's in chat. Now I lost track of what I was saying.
I had asked her what other creatures she was being threatened by.
Yes. Ones that you humans call goblins as well. They seem to have a camp in the southern region.
And is that the way that we're heading or no?
Yeah.
I tell her any we encounter will no longer be a threat to you.
We thank you.
And she had said that she was looking for Byre. Because Byre was a threat to Mother Willow or something like that?
No, Byre is one of our kin.
Oh, okay.
We were escaping from the Queen of Vines. She wants to destroy our race.
Okay.
He was caught, but I thought he would be able to get out.
Is your Willow awakened?
Our Willow? She looks back at the tree, and she looks back at you. No, we are the ones awakened by the Willow.
If you are able to awaken the Willow, you may want to move it closer to the city. The city is very protective of those who are willing to trade. You, as members of the forest, will have much to teach them.
Your civilizations want to destroy our homes to make into their own homes. We are safer out here, whether you want to believe it or not.
As you wish.
With this branch, and I point to the thing that Varth has, will Byre recognize this as a gift from you and trust us when we encounter him?
Yes.
Okay.
He'll recognize the branch of mothers.
If we see him, we'll certainly send him your way and do everything we can to aid him.
Thank you. You can go this way if that's the path you were taking. She points to the opposite end of the grove. You notice the trees actually open up and make a nice, beautiful archway for you guys to walk.
I actually want to look at the ground. Is there any dead leaves or anything that have fallen off of the willow?
Give me an Arcana check.
16.
Yeah, everything's really strange here. Definitely nature magic everywhere. I was saying Arcana instead of nature check because you realize that even though you guys were in the jungle before, as you look up, the sky is blue and there's just like white fluffy clouds everywhere. It's almost like you guys walked into a completely new area. Or this tree is powerful enough magic, it's controlling the weather in the area.
Almost like we walked into a demi-plane?
Possibly. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But the Feywilds merge with the material plane very close. So it's a very likely possibility.
I look to the leader and I say, Esticia speaks to me and has spoken several times. I wish to become one of her more direct servants. In a ritual she has shown me, I seek a particular fish. Do you know where I may best find this fish? This wasn't common.
We are beings of the woods. We know of your great wave, Mother, but we do not know of any of these fish.
While he's talking to her, I just want to watch these guys as much as I can. I'm trying to get like a perfect image so I can sketch them later.
The ground is very like dark green grass. It's warm and soft. It's like a golf course level of like care has gone into this place. Not trimmed at all though. So the grass is still tall. It's actually relaxingly cooler here compared to the jungle. Like a 70-degree Fahrenheit, perfect, nice sunny day kind of weather here. They actually seem to plant themselves into the ground, but the leader actually plants herself into the tree.
Cool.
And the lizards just curl up next, like side by side, next to this huge willow tree, and they're just like they're keeping an eye on you guys, but they aren't. They're just kind of resting.
I give the leader a description of the fish. If you see one, please let me know. My name is Svarthalvarles.
Bless you.
And mine is Salixa. I can spell that because I really butchered that. I'm sorry, Sean, if you ever see this. It's Salixa. She is
it's close.
Willow Wilden Sentu. They're powerful. It's a good thing you guys truced, or you probably would have had a run. But yeah, on any of your long rests, you guys can. You just even need a knife. You don't even really need to be fancy about it. You can make like a spear or a quarterstaff or a club out of this tree branch. It seems quite durable and actually kind of bends to your will if you craft something with it. But it will have magic properties once it is crafted.
Not right now, but when we get a chance, I was going to cast Identify on it and see if I can tell what kind of magical properties it would have.
Okay. You guys head out. Then probably sit and chill a little bit. They actually do offer you some water that is in like a giant leaf. It's fresh and warm. And
I offered to them. I don't know that they're going to be interested at all, but I do have that dwarven ale that I'll pour out little tiny sips for everyone if they're interested. I don't know if they plant creatures can enjoy alcohol or not, but
alcohol a common language.
the leader.
Well, they were speaking common, at least the leader was.
They seem very humble. Like they will accept the gift even if they don't want it. She doesn't seem interested in it, but she takes it anyway. And she goes to sniff it. And she like recoils a little bit, and she like goes to take a sip. I just hold it back.
I'm like, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm like, I understand. It's not for everyone. It's more of a human thing.
Varth?
Small tear goes down my eye of the wasted booze.
Okay, both Varth and Kame, you can smell it. It is a really
I do offer
really
some to Kame because I know that Varth isn't probably interested, but I don't know anything about Kame, so just in the interest of politeness.
Varth,
and then just start.
It is super fucking strong.
Okay, Varth, you because you smell poisons. This weird humanoid poisons that they call alcohol. This is the strongest smell of the alcohol poison you've smelled in any drink from Port Narnzaru. Kame has a little sake cup of it, and you take a shot. Give me a Constitution saving throw. You might be a drunken master by the end of this.
I've played one. They're fun.
16.
16. Oh man, this is really strong stuff. You're buzzed, but you're not like down.
Just so everyone's aware, I repurpose bottles so that I don't have to like have a cup that could spill right here in my room. This is the Jameson bottle from St. Patty's Day.
I was
our last session.
Because I thought it was wine at first. I'm like, well, at least he's going with something a little bit more.
No, me and wine aren't on speaking terms. This is the Captain Morgan bottle that now has green tea in it.
Drunken Master totally isn't your favorite class or anything.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I was debating that one, but went with the other Sun Soul instead.
Sun Soul's really cool. I want to try it, but the
Sun Soul is nice.
So you guys I'll say you guys get a short rest in here. I don't think you really need it, but you guys chill in here for an hour, and I assume you guys don't try to overstay your welcome, especially since you guys were just fighting earlier.
No. We don't need to
Azra
overstay
has apologized, by the way.
I'll actually, if any of them are interested, I'll start like flipping through my journal and showing them some of the sketches of the other stuff around. If I don't know if these things are interested in learning about humans at all.
One of them actually does take interest, and if you let it, it starts to draw something in one of your pages.
Oh yeah, definitely. I handed a quill.
Okay, it draws you a yellow flower.
I'm looking at it and say, safe? Okay, that's what I thought.
Out of session, Kay, the coffee witch, also told her the same thing. There's yellow flowers in Chult that are very dangerous.
Okay. I like dog ear that page in my journal.
They look like orchids.
Okay.
Oh God. Is that the flower I think it is?
I don't know, is it?
You
can give me a nature check. You can give me a nature check. It drew it really well. It actually, it had a bit of charcoal in it. Like one of the logs that seemed to have been burnt. It puts its claw in there,
okay.
and it drew it with charcoal.
Oh, that's cool.
Really wish I had more ranks in this. 10.
10. You too have heard of this yellow flower that is dangerous, but that's all.
I have survival and herbalist.
Sorry, 11.
Can I roll survival with advantage to see? Because if it's poisonous, that'd be definitely under survival.
It is not poisonous, but you can do survival instead of nature. And Varth, I'll let you re-roll if you want, because I know you're proficient in survival as well.
Yeah, I'll get a better roll if it's survival.
I'm proficient in survival as well, but I don't think I have nearly as much experience in the jungle as the two of them, or even just the wilderness.
Am I the only one that's not proficient in survival?
Well, you are a wizard, so
I mean, yeah.
You're fine.
Just not
you
crazy.
survive really well in a library while the rest of us would get lost. You're like, accurate. These books are all about these lots of stuff, and I'm like, these are made out of dead trees.
Heresy everywhere.
Yeah, not much better. 13.
13.
20.
20.
24.
Okay. 24. Okay, let me pull it up because you definitely know what these are. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but you know that these yellow flowers, they send out spores and they make people zombies that work for them.
It's exactly the flower I thought it was. God damn it.
Yikes.
They, cute little Amarage. Little bunnies with unicorn horns. They,
oh, they're so cute.
Jess, who's in chat, she is a wizard who has one as a familiar, and it is the most adorable little thing ever. I think she named it Slippers, ironically.
Oh my God.
Joking that she's going to make it into Slippers, but no, it's way too cute. She definitely did not. Oh yeah, they would be under monsters. This is why I said it wasn't a nature check per se. They are at the very back.
I think I recognize these ones as well, but from Pathfinder.
Yellow musk creepers.
Oh boy.
And they all plant their seeds in the back of corpses. And then the corpses walk around as zombies, and the zombies try to. They're kind of like the real life fungal spores that go in ants.
Yeah.
They're nasty stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, so the yellow musk creepers you've heard from multiple sources are in the jungle. You stay away.
If we go near them now, we're officially stupid.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You guys head out of the grove, and as you guys head out, the trees close, and as you turn around, it's not there anymore, and it's just jungle.
As soon as we're walking, I'm like pulling out a pen and I'm trying to sketch as much as I can remember of that because those things were super cool.
Okay. Awesome. If you look up Wilden on Google, their races, there's pictures of them everywhere for 4th edition. It's Wild EN. So
I think they were in 3.5 as well, but I don't know if they were called Wilden.
They're probably in like one of the really, really late books, like Monster Manual 5 or something.
I'll have to look. I think. Oh God, I hope not. That book was terrible. There's a reason I don't own Monster Manual 4 and 5.
I used a lot of those in my first campaign. It was a bad idea. And it's when writers run out of ideas for new creative monsters.
I think we have up to really 4. I don't think we have 5.
5 was the one where they were like, we have no good ideas. Wait, let's make everything from the first Monster Manual, but as dragons. Do it. So there was dragon blobs, there were dragon oozes, there were dragon constructs, there were literally dragon insert creature from the first Mondragon. Spiders, dragon, like it was like, what? Who thought of this? What?
Really weird.
It was like a dragon fish, and it was just a bad idea.
There were really weird high-level undead in there, too, that were just like, I think one was like a red mist, and if you didn't make your save, your blood got expelled and you died instantly or something.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
They were creepy, was filled with monsters that really shouldn't have had instant death attacks, but did. And as a dungeon master, you're like, well, I guess I can't throw this at anyone because I really don't want to just kill the party. Yeah, well, my goal isn't to wipe out everyone's fun.
Well, this campaign was fun, but I accidentally gave them the hand of Vecna, so I guess I got to kill the whole party. You guys continue traveling for the next few days. You guys get to pass the river and to the border of where there's a mountain range, and these are the hills of the Mist Cliffs, which are the northwest border of Chult. And you guys follow along where the forest borders the mountainside. And Dagger, give me a perception check.
Oh, that's much better. 19.
You see a campsite.
I just sort of stopped whoever is in front. I'm assuming Kame, and I pointed out. I'm like, I think that's a campsite. Okay. One of us could try and some of us could sneak forward and see what's going on. I looked at you, Azra. I'm like, you and I could, and maybe Slim. All right.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Whichever one of you, can I get both of them in that 5-foot radius of me thing? Because I'm still using that dagger, or I still have it on me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So both you and Slim have advantage.
Yay.
And why not? Slim rolls for shit all the time. I'm gonna give him a D6 inspiration.
Okay. Luckily, you guys are in the jungle, so that dagger's like, if you're in the shade, jungle, yeah, you're just always in the shade. So,
as you're going and leaving, Varth turns into a chameleon and sits on Azra's shoulder.
Cool.
I just look back to the turtle. Please. I'm like, well, do you want to come along since you're the only one left behind?
Why not? Start plodding along behind him.
I love it's just like, okay. It's like kind of slow. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Dagger and Azra, you notice that when you activate your dagger, both of you actually turn like your darker shade. Like you were in the shade before, and it kind of obscured you. But when you activated the dagger, it almost made you guys like silhouettes of yourselves, like that level of dark.
Oh.
I just lean a little closer. I'm like, this thing is so cool.
I know.
And then for whatever Slim rolls, he can add that D6 inspiration.
Okay, he's gonna save it because
Okay.
you don't see him.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Cool. I rolled a 21.
21. Okay, you're gone too.
19.
You're all gone.
Yeah.
Varth, they all vanished.
Bye.
I'm sitting on one of them
He's
shoulders.
sitting on her
Yeah,
so
both is
shoulder.
on my shoulder.
So it's just Kame in the
I'm
jungle.
I'm
alone.
literally blending in with whatever she looks like.
There's just a turtle and nobody.
I mean, the turtle can make a high check too.
Kame, this is a really weird sight for you. You just see like the little chameleon floating on a shadow, pretty much.
What's your stealth roll?
Huh. Weird. Start plotting forward.
Are you gonna roll stealth or not?
I mean, Tortles, I could see them being like, nah, I'm not gonna.
It's like, I just don't really see why I need to be stealthy. We're going to a campsite.
That's fine.
All right, everyone, investigation. You hear Slim. Looks abandoned.
16.
16 and 8,
6.
right? 6.
8.
All right.
Oh, wait.
I'm imagining I'm just like, oh, this is so cool.
Okay. This campsite looks like it's been abandoned for quite a while.
Okay.
The fire isn't where the fire was. You can just barely recognize. Plants are actually starting to grow over top of it. That's how long it's been. The tent is not usable anymore. The cloth is pretty much rotting, but you do just barely notice a cache sitting there.
Ooh. Can
I go check it out.
Yeah.
I want to check and make sure there's no like little traps or anything
Hold
around
on.
it.
Hold on. I use my
Okay.
10-foot pole and tap it from 10 feet away.
You hear doop, doop,
Okay.
wood on
I
wood.
go investigate.
Okay, give me another investigation if you're looking for traps.
That's a 9.
Okay. You just swing open the cache, and inside is a set of navigator's tools.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
And that's the only thing you guys find of value here. Looks like it's been abandoned a long time ago. If anything would have tried to attack you, it definitely would have after Kame walked in, just totally announced.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
I'm
Do we
gonna
think this is
sit down
free?
on like a log or whatever and put it in my backpack. Like, this is a pretty decent place to rest if we want to take a break for a bit for lunch.
Do we think this might have been the campsite of the people that were attacking the Wilden? Or is
Oh, I
that
didn't
probably
think of
too far
that.
away?
You're not sure. It looks like it's been abandoned a long time though. So, who knows?
Can I do an investigation check, see if it was abandoned like voluntarily or if something killed whoever was here and dragged them?
That's what the initial investigation was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All you guys got out of that was, hey, this looks like it's been here quite a while.
Okay.
They probably died or they went off and forgot their stuff. Like they ran off in a
Okay.
panic or something. But yeah, so that you find that. You guys travel a few more days. You continue around the mountain. Everyone give me another perception check.
17.
Ooh, wow. Slim got a 2.
15.
8.
17, 15, 8,
Best one here. 6.
and 6. Okay, so on day 9 of exploring, Azra and Kame, you notice a weird trail of this like very rainbow-looking glass
Ooh.
going off. You can give me a nature check. I think Varth knows out of
Did they
character.
point this
By
out?
the way, he just looked at me.
Varth knows
Nope.
exactly out of character.
When they
That's
point
a
this out,
7.
can I do the same?
So, what was that? Sorry.
When they point out what they're seeing, can I do a check as well?
Yeah. When they point it out, you see it.
Nature, you said?
Yeah.
9. Need all new
Azra,
dice.
Azra, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
15.
15. Okay, Varth knows. Kame, what'd you get?
4.
4. Varth. It's a flail snail trail.
I go, the minute you look at it and you're like, ooh, what's this? I go, don't go that way.
No,
Why?
Okay. A little misconceptions here. You know that mucus from its trail is like glass, and it's actually can be pretty valuable if you collect it. And the shells intact are worth 5,000 gold.
Okay,
Whoa.
never mind. Then I say, all right, look, if we're going to go this way, we need to be careful. The thing that you're looking at is a flail snail trail.
Do I know what that is?
That was
Ezra
enough.
stopped laughing.
That rainbow-colored stuff there is glass, and it's very valuable.
I immediately
kill
start
this
picking up
thing-
the glass.
I
It's
kind of
like,
smack you
oh,
on
yeah.
the shoulder. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
If we can kill this thing, if its shell is intact, we will get a very large sum of money for it.
Open the door
Possibly
to it.
5,000 gold.
Okay, does
It's ice stalks or flails. It has 5 of them.
Of course it is.
does Dagger know anything about a flail snail that I know the name now that I know the name of it?
Yeah, and after he talks about it, you remember hearing about it. The flail snail is a bane to spellcasters, so that's why its shell is so valuable, because its
Mhm.
shell's anti-magic. Ray attacks have a chance of deflecting off of it and potentially hitting the caster. They're big, and they're elementals.
So, who's
So-
going to carry the shell back like 10 days?
Yeah,
to
how
the city?
big is it? How big is this thing?
Considering its large size, it's probably a pretty heavy shell.
We could feasibly
gonna
hide
do
it
that.
with your boat, couldn't we?
What do their shells look like?
It's about as big as a horse, so
And is there a
horse-sized
desert?
shell.
It looks like this. It's like blue, prismatic.
That's a bit hard to hide.
We could just take some glass and be on our way.
We could.
I vote for that.
I mean,
Yes.
especially because me and Azra are not going to be helpful during that thing. We might actually be
Yeah.
more of a hindrance than anything.
Practicality, we'd have to move with the shell
Yeah.
another
For
10 days
however
to
many
your
days.
destination, then 20 back.
Yes,
That's
this
a
seems
lot
more
of
trouble
carry.
than it's worth.
Which
If one
reminds
of
me,
us was a bit stronger.
are we hunting every day? Or am I running low on rations?
Varth's been hunting literally as often as possible. He can hunt
Okay.
with or without there being water.
I was
Okay.
assuming both Varth and Kame were just keeping everybody food.
Okay.
Their
Yeah.
combined survival
Yeah.
efficiency.
Yeah, my modifier for survival is 5, so
Oh yeah.
it's pretty easy for me to get a lot of food.
That brings up something actually really important. So, water, Varth, are you casting create water every day for everybody?
Yep, I always have a create water memorized every day. And I can fill everyone's container they used to drink water with and probably still have some left over.
I also have a rain catcher that I would probably set up every night,
Yeah.
just in
Okay.
case.
Well,
Um,
and that's the case. If nobody uses a lot of their water, before Varth goes to sleep, he fills the rain catcher.
I mean,
So-
okay.
So it always looks like it's working.
Nice.
Dag's very proud of that 1 gold she spent. I'm going to I don't know if prestidigitation can still be used this way to like pick a big amount of things up. I'm gonna try and vacuum up as much of this flail snail glass as I can.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
A good mage hand, too, if you have mage hand.
I do now, yes, actually.
That's a cantrip, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just mage handed, then. It's less than 5 pounds.
No, it's
Well, yeah, but it's like
upgraded,
one
actually.
at a time. And I think prestidigitation, at least it used to be able, you could like pick up or organize a big pile of stuff at once.
Prestidigitation technically would be for cleaning, so I'll say you clean the ground by moving.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I just like sort of brush them into my bag.
I remember the location of where this thing looks like it's headed.
Okay, how many?
Geographically.
It looks like it was heading towards the mountains.
Okay.
How many pounds of this stuff? It's the same consistency as glass. Varth, you know that this is used as glass, like colored glass for like church windows and stuff.
This stuff is basically glass, and it's pretty valuable given its colors. So take it with you, but if you fall and it breaks into tiny pieces, it's broken glass.
Cool. I put it in a different pocket than my money pouch. And I guess I'll gather up like 3 or 4 pounds of it if there's that much.
Okay, you have. We'll go 4 pounds, and you have 20 gold worth.
Okay. 20 gold worth of snail glass.
If you guys
rainbow glass.
Yep. If you guys knew a glass blower, they could make it into some cool stuff.
I imagine there's probably somebody important in Zaru, but I would not know their name.
Yeah. A lot of crafts from there. Yeah. But besides that, you guys don't really see anything else that day. And you guys continue traveling and documenting stuff in your journal. And
yeah, any new plants or leaves or anything that I can find, I'm gonna take clip off a bit and put it into my journal. And then write down like what was around it and everything for Kay.
Okay, you find a pretty red flower on day 11, and you and you pluck it and you go to put it in your journal, and you realize that your flowers are gone. All of them are gone, including the ones you had before you even came to Chult.
I would probably start looking around in my bag to see if they fell out.
Perception.
Oh, that's really good. 18.
18. You see, or no, you don't see this. You hear rustling in the bushes nearby.
I look around and I just
the bush
put my
is right
hand
next to you.
I put my hand on whoever's nearest and just sort of like lean over. I don't say anything. I'm just looking. Like maybe very carefully move my hand to try and move the bushes away from whatever's hiding in them.
Okay. You gently open up the bushes, and you see all your flowers, both the fresh ones and the dried up ones. Mm-hmm. And there seems to be a tiny humanoid figure that seems to be completely made of black, and it has a mask on it, and it's facing away from you, and it's huddled towards the flowers. Then it looks up at you and squeaks.
It's okay. It's okay. Do I know what this thing is?
Arcana.
Nature.
See this thing?
Okay. Arcana.
Can I roll for that as well?
If you go over and peek, you just saw her.
6.
Yeah, if she's looking at something in a bush, I'm gonna look at it. What the hell is that? 14?
Man, you need a dice jail for those, Dagger.
19.
Every dice.
15 and what was Varth's?
14.
14.
What about Kame?
I think you're trying to find the bathroom, so I'm just waiting for you to say something.
Well, like you saw me going through my bag, and then I just start opening up a bush. So yeah, definitely looking for toilet paper in a bathroom.
Yeah.
He's a turtle.
I mean, with his wisdom, it would be pretty easy to assume that. Azra, you know, both Azra and Varth.
Okay.
Oh, this is a little fey elemental. It's called a chewinga.
Yay. I thought that's what they were. Yay. So I'm like, hey, little buddy.
Picture in the book. Probably going to be hard to see because they're so tiny. But there's an adventure interacting with one.
So cute.
Oh my god, it's so teeny.
They're so cute.
That is hilarious.
Now, you know, with that roll, the Chewingas are fascinated with humanoids. They will actually follow them around and just watch them, but they're really shy.
I see.
Yeah.
I see that Azra knows what this is and isn't that afraid of it, and I'm going to pluck a little leaf off the bush and cast light on it. And hold it out. Hey, buddy!
He goes, whoa! It puts its little hands up, and it like grabs the leaf. And
I just love that Dagger has a penchant for just making shiny things. Like, there you go.
It grabs and it puts your leaf down, and it goes over to another leaf, and with both of its hands, it like uses its body weight and pulls off one of the leaves, and it makes it glow green, and it hands it up to you.
I say thank you, and I put it in like a little front pocket.
What the heck spell was that?
Can I get Morty out and introduce them?
It claps its hands like it's like super excited. Morty pops out. It squeaks. Morty squeaks. It grabs all your flowers and runs.
Oh no! I no, my flowers. Oh.
And man, it is quick. And Azra, you know it's gone. There's no way you guys will ever find it again.
Damn it.
We're not catching that.
It's like dog in the bushes.
I just wanted flowers.
Right back, go and check on my dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick a flower off the bush and give it to Dag. Like, I'm sorry, there's another one.
That's all right. I put it in. I'm actually gonna take a branch off and cast light on it and like stick it in my backpack, hopefully to lure the thing closer so I can get my damn flowers back.
Okay.
If I like those.
Feeling like bittersweet, like, oh, it's adorable, but it did take away something a little more valuable than gold. You go to lift up your backpack as you guys go to carry on, and you notice it's a little heavier than normal.
You look inside.
Oh, wow. Like where your journal normally goes, there seems to be a weird cylinder shape in there, but you can't really quite tell unless you take it out.
I'm going to take it out.
Okay. You pull out a spyglass.
Sorry. Shit.
Sorry. I'm like, no, don't drink that. No.
I just immediately hug it. I'm like, oh my god, we're rich. I don't know if I want to get rid of it, but holy crap.
Azra, okay, Dagger has a spyglass now. 1,000 gold spyglass.
Just like randomly pulled it out of her backpack.
Azra just remembers that these things like to take things from humanoids, but they'll always give something back. And they have no sense of value, so they're not sure.
No sense of value now.
I am not angry anymore. Holy shit, I can afford a blink puppy now.
That's the first thought.
Yes!
It's really nice. It's gilded. It looks like it was Omuin.
I'm going to take another leaf off and I'm going to take the branch that I had, and I'm going to leave it where I saw this thing before in case it ever comes back.
Okay.
Just so it's a little thank you. It won't last long, but...
You said we know that they're what now? Elementals?
Yeah, it's a tiny little forest elemental called a Chewinga.
Okay. In elemental, I kind of carve into the dirt or the ground there the word for friend.
Oh, okay. Someone's excited.
And then I make a little symbol of a little water, a little Esticia symbol next to it.
Okay.
You can tell that my neighbors are coming home. He'll bark and he won't relax until you open the door and show him that there's nothing there. Otherwise, he thinks we're about to be murdered by an axe murderer.
Oh God.
But that's the only time you guys see it that day.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
You guys continue traveling for a few more days. You're getting close to the coast. Kame knows that you guys are a few days away.
A brief pause. At one of our rests, I approach Azra. Would it be okay if I spoke with your mouse?
Always. I'm going to get him out of my hat. I assume he was sleeping in my little hat crease. I get him out and I'm like, sure, what do you need to ask him?
I cast Speak with Animals that I prepared specifically for today, and I talk to him.
Okay, now I know
Azra wishes she could do that.
Sean's bane of speak with newly made NPCs, but Morty's not a newly made NPC. He goes, "Sup?" I had a feeling you were going to do this.
We're going to do it that way? Okay.
Sup, Snake Man? What's up?
You seem way more intelligent than the average mouse. Are you awakened by magic somehow?
Why do you want to know that, Snake Man?
Curious. I am a druid, after all. Animals are what I do.
I imagine me and Azra are just like standing in the background squeaking over the cute.
I'm literally, as I'm talking to him, you don't hear me speaking, you hear me squeaking, and he's squeaking back.
Yeah, that's why it's so damn cute.
Azra's torn between it being adorable and being really mad that she can't cast that spell.
You just hear
Like, damn it.
Squeak, squeak, squeakums, squeak, squeak. and Morty's just like, just doing like crazy cartoony gestures. Yeah, man, my previous master, he was some really powerful wizard, man. He could do some crazy stuff. I was just eating cheese, and then I just realized there's more than cheese in this cage. Really blew my mind, man.
I am sure it did. Your master, is he still alive, or...?
Yeah, I don't know. He went into some fog. I hopped out of his little pouch before he did that. It didn't look like it was a good place to be. And then, I went back to that big building he was in. I saw this girl here. And he like points at Azra. Her hair looked like a nice nest, so I thought I would, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just curious. I wanted to find out. It had been bothering me for some time. You seemed far more intelligent than the average mouse.
He like stands up all proud. Why, yes, I am.
Good.
Quite fashionable one too, it seems. And you, Azra, you recognize him doing his normal where he goes to clean himself. He like pats his scarf.
Yeah.
He actually, with his little digits, with your bow, his tiny little pink bow, he actually like straightens it.
Oh my God.
We could probably
and then he goes, does like the mouse thing where they like wipe their face.
Yeah.
We could probably get even fancier clothes for you if you wanted.
I don't know, man. I kind of like the breeze.
Respect.
I'm not sure I can wear much more than this, man.
Respectable. If you change your mind, just let me know.
I mean, if she's cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Good to know.
Since all my D20s need jail, I got the rest.
Wow.
Wow, man, that's a lot of D20s.
Morty is self-aware.
The spell doesn't last very long. I don't believe.
I think it's like 10 minutes.
I am woke, my man.
It's definitely the case.
Both of you face palm. That's great. That's great.
My mouse is a meme.
Well, I am awoken.
Mouse.
He is awoken.
He is woke.
Yeah,
judging from the conversation I had with him, it sounds as though he's probably definitely on human levels of intelligence. So his master must have been pretty powerful if that's the case. Yeah, I kind of think to myself.
For the humanoids, he had a lot of fur like right around here, and he like gestures a goatee. Didn't have much anywhere else though.
I just lean over to Azra. I'm like, do you think he's saying that Varth should grow a beard?
I don't know. I wonder if he can grow a beard.
I don't know. Like, did he have scales here? I don't remember. We very rarely see him without a mask.
Yeah, this is the longest you've ever seen me, or the only time you've ever seen me walk around without my mask on. And I look actually very comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah, you're on like day 12 here, so it's been a while.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that you like revealed your face to Kame and then put it back on.
No, I've never shown anyone my face. Just simply because if there's any town guards nearby, I'm pretty much boned, and you know that. They're not going to care that I'm a heretic and that the Yuan-Ti also want me dead. They're only going to care that I'm a Yuan-Ti.
I just thought that this whole time we were in the jungle, you were still wearing it.
Yeah, no, it's literally the minute we were like a couple days out, I was like, we're far enough from the city. Forget this thing.
I imagine it gets real sweaty under there.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really sweat, but yeah.
Gross. Either way.
That makes it worse.
Right. I was about to say that would be a pro. Actually, you could just be like, yeah, whatever. I don't sweat.
I'm Snake. I don't really do that. I have flesh-colored scales is what they are. They look like teeny little scales, and you got to get like kind of close to me to really see them. From far away, I kind of just look like my face looks really freaking weird. But like the closer you get, the more you can see. There's very obviously scales there, and like obviously I don't have a normal nose. I have two slits right there, like Voldemort. So you know.
I'm like, so where do you think the mustache would grow from? Like, I guess under the slits.
I guess so.
Varth, you hear from Morty. Yeah, man, I always wondered that.
I cannot grow facial hair. I say to Morty. So.
Oh man, that's really gross. I got like a nice hunk of cheese, kind of like fermenting up in my nest up there, and
how did you find cheese?
And this place, I can just smell. There's a lot of like those crazy big serpent things. I don't like those. So I'm gonna go back up in my nest.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
He scurries back up in his nest.
I'm like, Varth, what did he say? Oh my god.
And then as he's going up your face into your hair, Varth, you just hear, ah yeah, motherfucking cheese. So he just goes in your hair.
Thanks. I hate it.
I kind of look towards you, and as the spell wears off, I say, your mouse is not a normal mouse, as I suspected. He definitely used to be a familiar from a wizard. I'm imagining a powerful one. I am not sure the level of intelligence he actually has. He may be as smart as or smarter than even us, based on how powerful his master was.
That actually reminds me, Azra. I have I don't have the gold for it. I don't know that you do, and I definitely don't have the inks for it. But these new spells that I learned that I put into my journal here, I think you should be able to learn this one here, and it's actually I think you should be able to learn all of them. I have Find Familiar if you want to ever make Morty your familiar.
Because I can do that, right? He just has to be willing.
Yep.
Okay.
You can actually just conjure one from nothing too. You don't actually need the animal. Yeah, I know.
See, but then the advantage would be you could keep Morty as your friend, and the familiar could be a female mouse for Morty.
But
oh my god!
If Morty is your familiar, there is less danger of him dying.
Yeah.
If he dies, he goes to another dimension, and you can summon him back.
Yeah. I think I can actually learn that. I just didn't because I didn't think that I could like incorporate him into it.
You hear Morty very Varth. I assume somehow you're still concentrating on the spell.
Oh, I don't dismiss it until it dismisses. It wears off naturally.
You hear muffled in her hat. Oh man, I found myself a cracker. Awesome.
I'm just imagining it's that same cracker from like 4 weeks ago.
It probably is.
Stashed it up there in her hair and didn't tell her.
You just like occasionally shake your head out and like all these crumbs fall out. And you're like, how the hell did this get in there?
I fully expect these things by now.
It reaches into a pocket she hasn't reached into a while. There's like just a hunk of old cheese in there. And he's like, oh man, I wonder where that went.
As long as you've owned Morty, he's actually kept his little stashes very organized. So like even if he has some in your hair, it's not gonna like crumble and get everywhere.
Yeah, cool.
He keeps all his cheeses and all his.
I just continued to explain that he seems incredibly intelligent, way more than in the average mouse, and he definitely has taken more than a liking to you. So there's definitely more than just a normal bond between human and animal with you and him.
Cool.
Oh yeah, man! If I use this Pythagorean theorem up here, I might be able to balance this cheese better. And he's talking like the Globetrotters from Futurama, where he's just like a bunch of math stuff.
Would I have heard of the wizard that he was with before me that awakened him? Would that description have rung any bells? Probably not.
Maybe. I mean, if Varth tells you.
Yeah. Oh, I explained the whole story.
Okay.
As we're continuing to walk for today.
Give me a history check for both you and Dagger, because she's a bard. So.
Oh yeah.
This would make sense.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Wow, you're getting a lot of those.
15.
15. Dagger. Oh man, there's a lot of wizards with goatees. I mean, who knows?
I mean, it's kind of like the style.
Yeah. They kind of base it off of one really famous one, though. I think his name's Mordecai.
Gee.
That's the name that comes to your mind when he describes it to you.
She just kind of sighs and doesn't talk about it anymore.
Like, I kind of pick up on that, and I'm like, kind of curious, but also like, she's established before she doesn't really like to talk about this guy. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. What's your out of character? What's your full backstory with Morty? Like, did you just find him while you were at the equivalents of Hogwarts, or when you were at wizard school?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she hung out in a lot of like kind of gross places. Like she was on the rooftop a lot, and she like hung around out like at the outskirts because she didn't really have any friends while she was at wizard school. So I imagine they found each other, and then he followed her around for a little while.
Coincidentally, you found him fairly close to the headmaster's tower. So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, she likes high places, and I think Yuan-Ti does as well. So they were just hanging out on the roof together.
I mean, being intelligent, he would definitely know that being high up means he can see a heck of a lot better.
So, yeah, that was interesting. You guys continue traveling.
Sorry, I had to do that. It'd been bothering me.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do it.
I'm like, I have to do this.
While you guys... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was also wondering, that branch that
oh yes.
So like Sia gave us.
Time to ID it.
Do I have? I wanted to identify it, but also, do I know that if we were to try to like make it into a weapon, would buyer not be able to recognize it anymore?
Give me an insight.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. 21.
21. You're pretty sure that these are tree people, and no matter what form that tree would take, it would probably recognize it.
Okay. So, like you guys, I'm like, well, I identified it. Varth, would you prefer like a staff, or Azra, Varth, would you prefer like a spear, or Azra, you a staff, or?
I'm good.
A spear would be nice.
You can make any.
I look at my
and then I turn to Kame. I'm like, oh, I mean, you were with us. I mean, you're pretty damn good with a weapon. Would you prefer like a staff or a spear? Or...
Can I see it real quick?
I'll show it to him.
I grab the stick.
It's warm to the touch. It's
looking at
like
it.
Quarterstaff size, but it's definitely magical.
I proceed to start scratching the area between my neck and my shell with it. Just scratching.
It does a good job of that.
Back scratcher.
I was thinking more like magical weapon, but what did I learn?
Everyday use.
Did I learn anything from identifying this other than just that it's obviously magical? It has some sort of enchantment on it.
Yes, you actually figure out that part of that tree spirit is embedded into this branch. I guess that'd be transmutation. You know that you could make any wooden bludgeoning or piercing weapon out of it. It would let you do it.
Okay.
You just have to like think it. You don't even carve into it. You just think it, and it will
shit! Cool.
form itself.
And then would it just be a magical weapon or like a +1 or?
You're pretty sure it would bond with you and get more powerful over time.
That's pretty baller.
It says it's already connected to another druid down the south side of Chult that doesn't like vines.
Okay. So I tell the party this. I'm like, so should we not, mess with it and wait until we see if we could?
Oh, you cut out for a second there.
I tell the group this. I'm like, so should we not really mess with it and try and change it into something until we run into this other druid that might be buyer?
If you don't mind, being a druid myself, could I use it for a while and see if perhaps
sure.
I can get more information from it?
Definitely.
Okay. I kind of hold it in my hands and think how neat it would look as a spear.
Okay. As Dagger, since you used Identify on it, it would be you attuning to it would turn it into whatever weapon you want.
Okay.
So Varth attunes to it, and you just see the little twigs that had leaves on it shrink back into it, and the bark smooths out really nice. Actually has some like nice grips on it, and the very end of it turns into a point as he holds a spear.
Oh, I definitely let it keep as much of its natural appearance as possible. So the little leaves and stuff can stay there if they wish it.
No, it chooses that form.
Oh, okay.
You were a spear, and it's like, okay. You actually hear it in your head. It doesn't. It's complicated. It seems to communicate more with emotions, I guess, than with language. So you don't really hear a voice in your head. You just hear like complacency, I guess. Or feel complacency.
Interesting. It seems to communicate to some degree with emotional responses.
That's cool.
Okay, so here's what you got. What your character level is how much it has. So right now, it is a +1 spear, and you feel its desires.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And you feel that the bond will be stronger as you become more experienced.
Cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Reminds me of Weapons of Legacy from 3.5.
It does kind of have a Weapons of Legacy feel to it.
But it's not like stupidly OP. It doesn't have a crazy ritual like those weapons.
Yeah, that was definitely a downfall.
Yeah. In order to get this awesome katana, you would have to go to the highest mountain and fight an oni that was purple on the second full moon of the year or something. It was like some of the crazy requisites for some of those weapons.
And after bathing the weapon in its blood for 24 hours, which is gross, by the way, it's stupid levels of complicated.
But this weapon, the tree spirit weapons, are from Return of the Lizard King, which is available at the DM's Guild.
Oh, that's neat.
There's a lot of good supplemental stuff in there, not even just the module.
Return of the Lizard King, is that the one that Colville always talks about?
Probably.
Okay.
That's where the Wildens were from that you guys encountered. The lizard folk subraces are from that as well. There's a new druid and cleric domains, I think, in there too.
If it is the one he's talking about is like an older version and that one's an updated one, because he talks about like the real old school like 2E one.
Yeah, it's definitely that one then, because Sean Merwin said that it was a redone like a 5th ed version.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
The cool thing is, it's exactly the same as my as my weapon in every measurable way. The only difference is it's +1, so I do just a teeny bit more damage.
Hey, that +1's helpful.
And it's magical, which is really helpful, because if something has resistance to normal weapons, that would go right through it.
Right.
But
I had forgot to mention it, but every night when we set up camp for the evening, I was gonna go around and cast alarm.
Okay, cool. Duly noted for sure. You guys are almost to the coast. You can actually hear, you just barely hear the ocean from where you're at. You're maybe 10 miles away, so like a day's worth of travel away. And the mountains, there's like an opening, but it's a alleyway. And even in that alleyway is trees and stuff. And it kind of narrows down a bit. So it would be kind of like a chokehold. And of course, right in the middle of this little ravine, you see a huge brontosaurus just sitting there, and it's drinking from a pool of water nearby. But it's like sideways, and it's impeding your guys' path forward. It's about 100 feet away.
I looked to Varth. I'm like, hey, buddy, you got that speak with animals still prepared?
I don't normally prepare it unless I'm planning on speaking to an animal. I have more useful spells I use normally. I will have to take some time to prepare it.
I mean, I could, like, I'm not great with animals. I'm better with people.
You feel from the spear that it appreciates that you're not trying to go kill it.
I don't know that we could. That thing is fucking huge.
Yeah, it's gargantuan size. They're big.
We definitely lean to give it some space. So let's give it some space and wait over here. And I point out a place we could wait that it's not going to trample us accidentally, and we're close enough to still keep a view on it. But we can set up a little camp.
Okay.
I guess we rest for now.
Okay.
Unless there's something in the rules that states if I take a rest, I can swap spells out. Pretty much gonna have to wait till tomorrow.
on a long rest you can, but yeah.
We could try to go around. Like, can we go around it, or is it like taking up the entire valley?
You'd have to climb the mountain a little bit to get around it. That or travel another 20 days south around the mountain.
Yeah, well, okay. That. Which, by the way, how close to day 20 are we?
You are on day 14. Or no, you're on day 18. My bad.
Oh, okay. Dag's getting a little nervous considering her insect repellent's about to run out. And she's really been grateful for it so far.
So I think they'd be scared of fire.
Huh?
Do I think the dinosaur would be scared of fire? Because we could try and spook it and make it run further down the thing.
If you mention that, I'm like, I hear you, but I also fear that spooking it will make it behave unpredictably. And I really don't want to be trampled by a creature quite that big.
That's fair.
Maybe one of
Azra had the spellbook out, but she put the boat.
Maybe one of us could lure it out. You hear Slim say.
You're still here.
Oh, that's rude.
It eats plants.
That's the thing.
You're not
like
looking much like a plant to me, Slim.
What?
Yeah, like I don't think bribing it with food will really make a difference when it eats plants. Like it doesn't need us to feed it a leaf. It can eat a leaf.
But there's some tasty leaves out there.
I could try to we could try to maybe distract it. That would have the same effect of, because like we could maybe use some kind of magical things to make it sound like maybe a bigger predator is coming, like that big T-Rex sort of thing. But then again, that won't have the same reaction of the fire.
Because I have silent image.
Away. Oh, that's really good, actually.
But I don't have it prepared though, so it would be the same.
How big of an area does it cover? Because it's not that big.
I think it's like a 15-foot square.
Yeah, T-Rex is a little bigger than that.
15-foot cube.
Well, could it just be its head popping up out of the forest?
You can make it like a smaller version, I guess. A 15-foot tall version.
Well, I was thinking just like the head above the trees, like it were sticking its head out.
How can each?
I mean, you do what you can with a 15-foot square.
Yeah, but it would still take a long rest because I don't have it prepared. So it's the same situation as Varth anyway.
Yeah, Silent Image is one that I want eventually, but
wasn't this one of those ones that was at that shop we investigated at?
Yeah.
We'd probably just shoe it or something. They seem harmless.
I don't know if this one's domesticated though. Like that one was used to people. And domestic wild animals tend to behave a little unpredictably if they've not encountered people before.
Yeah.
Well, if it charges us, we can run into the woods. It won't be able to fit between the trees.
Is that true?
You look back at the dense woods, and you look back at this large dinosaur.
Well, like for all I know, it could just like knock the trees over.
Give me an insight if you think you want to investigate his little plan.
That's a 1. I don't know jack shit about animals, man.
I don't know. Might work, might not.
Sorry.
Yeah, all you missed was Slim was suggesting maybe trying to shoo it away. And Dagger was like, I don't know. And he's like, we could run into the jungle.
I rolled to see if this thing could just trample the trees down, and I rolled a 1. I'm like, I got nothing. I don't know anything about animals, man. Like plants, history, I'm great at. Animals,
Time is money, and I don't have time for this. Go on, shoo. He like steps forward and starts shooing it.
Damn it.
Slim, you fool.
It's just like eating leaves, and it just like turns its head over and it's like...
I just imagine it just ignores his ass.
You heard me. Get, shoot.
I just like grab
and
a
it continues
branch.
eating.
I'm just gonna try and hack a branch off that's nearest to me and approach this beast.
You feel a slight bit of dread from the spear part that she chops a little branch and.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try and approach closer to this thing and Slim.
Okay. Animal handling check.
Oh God. Just because I see this ending poorly, I'm gonna be like, "You got this, Slim. Please don't fuck up and can you make this thing trample us." And I'm gonna give him inspiration. That's an 8.
Okay. It seems to completely ignore you.
Can we squeeze by this thing or go under it?
You possibly could try to get underneath its legs, but it's not like
that sounds like a bad idea
per se. Like it moves every once in a while to go to another branch. So
I just look back to you guys and I'm like pointing. I'm like under or
that might work. I'm not sure about our guide though, as he looks over at the turtle. I don't know how dexterous he is.
I mean, what do you think, Kame? You have you seen this ship before? How do you get by these guys?
Kame, you know brontosauruses, they just want to eat leaves, and they're big. So T-Rexes usually don't mess with them unless they're sick or something.
I normally either walk by or just wait for them to move by. But I have a lot of patience.
I mean, I guess we could just sit down and have lunch and see if when he's done with his fill, he'll just move on so that we don't risk getting stepped on.
Our best option is just to wait.
Cool. I'm going to sit down and make lunch.
All right, says Slim. He broods, leaning on a tree. You know, the angsty boy.
Now.
Yeah.
Now he's angsty. He's a real rogue.
He goes to lean on the tree, and he accidentally cuts it down because he's just so edgy.
I thought you were gonna say he leans and then falls over because he like slips and then knocks himself on the tree.
I was expecting his ass to get bit by a snake.
Yeah, Kami's been doing a really good job guiding you guys away from danger. But yeah, you guys sit there and you wait like an hour. It gets done eating the leaves, and it just kind of looks over at you guys, and then just sits down and starts and like curls its neck around its body and goes to sleep.
Okay, let's go around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave a big pile of leaves in front of its nose.
Okay. You guys give me survival.
Because I imagine I still had that branch or whatever that I was gonna try and bribe it with, and it completely ignored me with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you just use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I needed that survival, I rolled a 21.
Okay, you find some leaves that you think will be really tasty for the brontosaurus.
I found the star leaf, man.
Yeah, you find a bunch of star leaves.
I take a couple.
They make really good tea.
I'm a turtle.
You are.
And plants are also your food. A food of choice.
They make a good snack, but they make better morning tea. They wake you right up. Almost like a Folger in your cup.
The coffee and turtles.
Leaf juice.
Leaf juice.
It's about as effective as that bean juice you've heard about.
You know, it just now occurred to me that the bean juice shop meant coffee.
Oh, I caught that joke.
God, I'm
right
so
away.
slow.
No, I didn't.
I've
get that
actually
till
heard
just then.
people say that in real life.
I have too, and that didn't even. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was about to say, I first heard that in college. Where they're like, "Yeah, let's just go over to the bean shop," and I'm like, "What?" And they just went to Starbucks. Whatever. But you guys get over, and you realize that you'll have to either climb over part of the brontosaurus a little bit, or climb over some of the rocks.
I'm gonna go over the rocks.
I'm gonna try the rocks, but if the rocks seem like I might slip, I use the brontosaurus instead.
Okay. Both equally hazardous, but for different reasons.
Right. I'll try the rocks at first, of course. You know what? No, I'm not gonna try the rocks. I turn into an animal with a climb speed. I turn into an ape.
Okay.
Forget it.
Varth just pretty much almost hops over.
I turn into an ape, and I look over at the party, and the person who looks like they're probably going to have the most trouble climbing. That's you, Azra.
I'm very dexterous. I'm just not very strong.
I help you over the part we have to climb over.
Cool.
I'm just like, I pat my back, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm an ape. I'm like a large ape.
Yes, you are.
Just, ooh, ooh.
He's like, this is weird, and climbs on.
And then I climb up like easily, because apes have a climb speed of 30 feet. So I can turn into that. So I easily climb that direction and bring you to where we need to go, and then climb back, and I kind of go look at everyone else, and I like pat my back like, ooh.
I'm at least going to take a hand up, yeah.
Okay.
I just climb on my own. I don't think you want to try to put me on your back.
Yeah, he's pretty heavy, and I think about it.
Yeah.
I know apes have a pretty decent strength score, 16. I probably could pick him up.
Both Dagger and Azra, you can pick up just fine, but with Kame, you'll have to make a check.
Yeah, if he's got it, he's got it.
I guess, Kame, give me an athletics. It's not going to be hard.
I aid him.
Okay.
He is aided.
So you have advantage. As the gorilla helps you.
22.
22. Oh, yeah. That didn't even, like, the gorilla hand comes out and goes to get your hand. You launch yourself off of the side of the mountain, and he kind of, like, swings you, and you just, like, jump across easily, land perfectly. No big deal. You notice on the other side that there is a little flying monkey in a tree branch, and it's like looking at you guys curiously. It's like,
I walk over to the flying monkey as a big ape, and I kind of like
Varth.
Just kind of look at him.
I am your god.
It's like you hear it go, "Ooh, hairless monkeys."
I look back at them. I look over at the monkey. I turn back into Varth, and I offer it some food.
It jumps and starts flying.
It just runs away.
Monkey now hairless. Momo
Not
confused.
a real monkey! Not a real monkey!
Oh. And is it like it notices your food and it like carefully?
Yeah, I just pulled out some fruit in my hands and
grabs it and then and it flies off. It's like you just hear monkey chatter as it flies away.
Okay, we continue.
All right, you guys can definitely hear the ocean now, and you can see the rocky shore of the mist cliffs. Your bag is like really loud in the mic, by the way. Sorry, it's just that was like borderline next to the mic loud. The mist cliffs, you notice it's a big rocky ravine. There's no beach that goes to the water. It looks like it is a very, very long drop down off of this cliff. But there's a good like 50 feet between jungle line and this cliff side. You see a bunch of creatures flying around down below the cliff. Some of them look like they're dinosaurs, some of them look like they're birds. You can make a perception check if you want. I think you can do more detail from that.
Can I use my spyglass?
Yes. You don't even need to roll that for that one.
Ooh.
I got an 11.
11, all right.
10.
6.
You said spyglass, damn.
we're all like, there's stuff moving down there, and you're like, the water's pretty.
You hear Slim, and he's like, shiny water. Yes, he also got a 6. You see, I'm not even going to have you roll for the race, because you've heard plenty of rumors about him. You see a lot of Araka down there, which are bird folk, pretty much. They actually have arms, but they also have wings. So I guess technically they have 6 limbs. So they're not like harpies where their arms are their wings.
I thought they were.
Nope.
Okay.
That's why they're kind of OP and why official Wizard of the Coast shops don't let you play that race. Because you could fly and attack.
I will mention what they are.
The second she says,
Like,
what they are, you all know. Yeah, okay. Varth, you know them. They live on the plane of air, usually. You also see weird pterodactyl-looking folk. You've heard rumors of them, and they're not nice.
All right. Are they like fighting, or are they just like traveling?
They definitely are away from each other. Like there's a settlement of the Araka on one side, and the terror folk, as you've heard them called, are on another. And like the terror folks' little ledge nests, you can see like skulls and stuff. Like they just look like a nasty bunch. And the Araka just got like bird poop in the nests and all that. But they definitely keep their distance. Like as they're flying, you notice they make sure they don't get near each other.
Mm-hmm.
And where do we have to like climb down at, or is there a path?
Kame, who went to go take a leak out in the woods, tells you that his boat is further down south the coast, another day or two.
Dag suddenly very disappointed she didn't have enough gold to buy a climber's kit. Like, that sounds like it could have been useful here.
I guess we just keep traveling along in the forest for now and deal with the cliff when we have to.
Okay, you guys travel. It's a really nice view out here. The sunset is beautiful because you are on the west coast of Chult, so you get to see.
I'm probably
the full
sketching
glory.
like all of this every night.
You notice the Araka stop flying when it's like near sunset, and they're possibly enjoying the view as much as you guys.
I'm gonna sketch the Aarakocra too. Pretty much every new creature or thing that I meet out here, I'm drawing a picture of just for posterity.
Yeah, it's a really nice scene.
When I make survival checks here, I turn into a stork and scoop up a whole bunch of fish and then come back.
Okay, give me an attack roll. This will be your survival DC. Also part of my guide to fish.
21.
21. Oh man, you carry as much as your little claws can. So he pulls up like a really big salmon.
Nice.
We have a
Flapping
very good
wildly.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 5 pounds worth of food. It was enough for all of you for the day.
Nice.
My
Nice.
dad's sort of like making dinner, and she's like, "Damn, I really wish we had some spices."
Yeah, if only the Tortle wasn't taking a leak in the jungle for all day. Or, sorry, if only one of our party members wasn't taking a leak all the time, as Slim looks out in the jungle.
15 survival check to find something that goes with salmon.
You take some of the local nuts nearby and you put them on it. Like crunch them up and put it on.
Oh, nice crust. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautiful view. Yummy dinner.
Oh yeah, nice and peaceful and calm and relaxing.
And then there's like the Terra folk screech.
Yeah, minus them. Like they might be a problem. They don't seem to be bothering you guys though yet. Maybe they just haven't noticed you.
Aside
you guys,
from the Jurassic Park sounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys do every once in a while, like maybe once every 3 days, you'll just hear a huge roar way in the distance of a T-Rex.
Cool.
Luckily, it's way in the distance. One time it actually sounded really weird, but like almost like it was drunk or something, you know, just like the voice was distorted. But it was also really far away.
Nature check.
Religion.
Oh,
Wow.
God. Yeah, I'm just as baffled as anyone else is. 7.
Might be undead. You've heard rumors of undead.
That sounded undead. I say after the first time we hear it.
Like undead T-Rex. That sounds like a bad time.
That's what I'm getting at.
Like normal T-Rex sounds like a bad time. Undead T-Rex is... Would that be worse or better? Because like it's slower.
No, it would be worse. A normal T-Rex gets tired. An undead one would chase us forever. Literally.
Fair point. Fair point.
I'm not sure how well this will do against it as he pulls up his little cutlass.
I look at his little cutlass and I go,
toothpick.
One of his teeth are bigger than that.
I'm like, dude, these are from a baby and they're like this big. We see a T-Rex, we run.
I point towards Slim's leg. That is his small teeth. About that big.
Duly noted. So you guys set up camp. Kame comes back. He doesn't say anything, almost like he's an autopilot, and he sets up camp with you guys.
Okay.
Besides those screeches of the Terrafolk, this is like a vacation spot. Like if this was modern day, within a decade, there would be like a bunch of beach houses everywhere, and they would ruin everything.
Resorts along the coastline, just carved into it instantly.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
They're setting up camp for the night. Varth, you notice a swordfish jump out of the water down below.
Oh, get that.
The bird man.
I don't see it, but...
Oh, since you flew down there, you were thinking it was around 1,000 feet drop.
Holy shit.
Okay, I turn into a bird again. The biggest one I possibly can turn into.
Do you turn into what? There's pterodactyls over there. Do you turn into one of those? Or oh wait, the
no,
larger
that's too
version.
high of a CR.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's
What's the
true.
Carl?
Yeah, those are out there too.
Oh.
You notice some of the Terrafolk actually ride them as mounts.
Those things are really fucking big.
Mm-hmm. But you see some of the Terrafolk actually use them as mounts.
Wow, nice.
Even though they don't really need to. Probably just for show.
I think I can do...
but they're like a few hundred feet below you guys.
I think you can do a pterodon. You can't do the big one.
You could do like a...
Oh, I can't do giant eagle. Damn it.
Oh, you can't? I was about to suggest that.
No. I can do a giant bat, though.
That works. You want to do that?
Yeah, it's large-sized.
Okay.
I do a giant bat.
Squeak!
It turned into a horse-sized bat.
It still has a tiny bat noise squeak, though.
Yes, it does. Very high-pitched bat squeak.
Okay, so you have its stats and everything. Give me an attack roll. I see flaps down there. All dramatic and almost vampiric-like.
Its attack roll's better than mine.
Yeah, pterodon is a 1/4 CR.
19.
Ooh, he grabs it right out of the water. Like the next time the swordfish goes to come out of the water, you swoop down and you grab it with both your little claws, back claws, and your mouth.
Azra's clapping from the top of the cliff. Like,
Yeah.
yay!
You struggle with it because it's still a fairly big fish. Like it's a medium-sized fish. But
Right.
you actually get it all the way back up. By the time you're back up, you're exhausted though.
All right.
As he's coming up, I'm like holding my pot that I have to try and drop it in so that he doesn't like wiggle itself out of his claws and off the cliff again.
As it gets closer, your pot doesn't appear to be the right size, as he just stated it was a medium-sized fish. It's as big as us.
I kind of look at that and I'm like, this isn't going to work. And I just put the pot down and pull out the dagger.
I set it down carefully away from the cliff so it's not going to like flounder off into the water.
Wait, I guess we don't want to cut it up, do we? Because did he want the thing like totally?
From what
shit! I just realized we're 20 days away from town.
From what you recall, he wanted to eat some. It didn't need to be a full fish. If only one of you had like spices or something to keep it.
Yeah,
preserved.
like damn, I wish I had some salt or something to preserve this thing.
Yeah.
Can we smoke it, maybe?
As I'm cooking my own little meal in this corner, putting spices all over it.
Come on, dude, I had a salmon that I made for everybody. You're not sharing those spices with me.
Kame, you were taking a whiz in the woods while you were gone.
You just come back and we're like have this huge salmon that we're eating and it's got like a nut crust. Like I really could have used some spices for this.
Go over, put a little salt, some pepper, some saffron.
I turn back into Varth and I look rather exhausted. And from my backpack, I pull forth something you've never seen me pull out of my backpack, but the shape has always been stuffed in there. A very strange-looking square container that is bright blue and has a white top. It looks like a cooler, is exactly how Scott told me it looks like.
Do you remember the name of it?
Yes, I do. Call's Chest. KOL.
I'm going to use my dagger and start
I pull it out and I
this
go,
thing up.
if we can smoke it and salt it, I can put it in here and it will last until we get back to town.
We can sure try.
I start pouring salt on it.
Well, let me cut it up first. It's still got scales. What do I have to do what do I have to roll to not terribly flay this thing?
I mean, it's medium sized. There's an assload of meat on this thing.
Fair enough. Even if I butcher it terribly, there should still be plenty.
We just need to bring him a big slab of it, steak-sized piece of it back. I've got a cooler. It's exactly the same as a cooler you buy from the store for a picnic. We can just cram this thing.
But it's magic.
Except it's better because you don't have to refill the ice.
Right.
You open it and it has a white interior and like cold air mist like comes out.
I just like stuffed my entire face in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it feels so good. Why didn't you show us this earlier? Damn.
That is the most magnificent thing I've seen.
I nod my head. I rarely use it except for the best of fish.
Okay.
That's awesome.
With both Kame and Varth's survival proficiency, I'm not going to have you roll. You guys skin it, carve it. Azra helps with the fire, and you guys smoke it. You guys have 60 pounds of smoked salmon.
Oh, fuck.
I rolled it.
Swordfish.
Swordfish. Swordfish. Very important distinction there. You didn't come back with a giant fishing boat's net of salmon. Because that's what 60 pounds.
Do you want to write that down, Varth, or do you want me to?
I'll write it down.
Okay. Because fish are kind of your thing.
Yep.
Feeling relaxed.
It's the only meat I eat.
He's a pescatarian.
You're sure if you saved 1 pound of it, it would be enough for that crow guy, that raven guy?
Yep.
I also occasionally eat a snake, but that's only on special occasions.
I just imagine a snake with a birthday candle in it.
It's like coiled up, and like in the very middle is the candle.
Yeah, like icing on a cupcake.
Well, during your guys' venture, since you've been here for like almost 10 days now, you've definitely had snake to eat. It's actually not bad. It's actually kind of sweet tasting.
It tastes like gamey chicken.
Yep.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Well, it's how you prepare it, but snake actually is the closest thing to it. I've heard it described as gamey chicken.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of stringy. It was weird.
I am sure it probably tastes better than gator. I've eaten alligator.
Everything tastes. Well, I mean, it doesn't swim in a swamp, so.
Yeah.
Alligator tastes like alligator. That's the best way to describe it.
Alligator
It doesn't have a taste like anything else.
Alligator's pretty much, that bad choice of meat where it's kind of rubbery and like, oh man, that's all of gator.
Yeah,
where it tastes like the gristle or like the part of
horrible.
the meat that you see people cut off and just not eat, and then other people eat it anyway and they're just chewing for hours. That's all of gator.
That shit has like the
whole
best
of
flavor
gator.
though. Impossible to chew, but tastes amazing.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
don't
it
think
tasted
gator
good.
tastes amazing. From what I've heard from various different things, 'cause we watch a lot of survival shows. Pretty much, if it lives in a swamp, it tastes like a swamp.
That's probably a safe assumption. It lives in stinky swamp water all day. It's practically marinating in stink.
So you guys are feeling nice and satisfied. Had a nice sunset. Caught yourself a swordfish. Made it all nice. Had a nice full meal. Got a nice campfire. You guys set up for the night. Who's on watch for the first shift? Because I'm assuming it's like 2 shifts.
I'll take the first one for that last little bit of light, and I'll just be looking around my spyglass.
Okay.
Especially because once it's dark, I can't see jack shit anyway.
I only need 8 hours of like rest or whatever. So like,
for what it's worth, you are exhausted.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean the condition exhausted. Just.
Oh, okay. Okay, just tired. Okay, yeah.
You had to fly 1,000 feet up with a huge fish. So. That's all.
A huge fish that was floundering around while I'm carrying it up.
Yeah, it was dead by the time you got up there.
Yeah, I didn't really use any spells today at all, just my wild shape. So I take as much of my rest as I possibly can, but I'll take as much watch as I possibly can as well, if that makes any sense.
Okay. So.
Because I think, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Varth has dark vision.
Yeah, he does, and so do I. I have dark vision.
Okay.
Well, there's 5 of us. If each of us take 2 hours, we all get. If we take 10 hours. We each take 2 hours. We get our 8-hour sleep and 2 hours to prepare spells.
Cool.
Okay.
So if you take like the sunset couple hours.
Yeah.
Kame,
that's what I was thinking.
No.
You don't? Okay. That's actually a rarity.
So Azra, we get the late hours.
Okay.
Oh, so finally it's not the majority of the party has dark vision. Now the majority doesn't.
Yeah.
When he says it's dark and hear me and Azra go, no, it's not.
It's dark to most people that aren't
it's dark
people.
To most people. To us, it's just black and white. Everything's fine.
So I guess me and Slim and Kame, I'll take the hours closest to dusk and dawn.
Oh yeah. Slim counts as like the 3rd shift, so you guys don't have like a 4 hours, around 2 to 3 hour shifts each. Mm-hmm. Azra, while you're sleeping in the tent, you wake up all of a sudden, and you see at the foot of your bedroll in the tent.
For what it's worth, I would have put alarm around the campsite.
Okay.
I forgot to say it though, but we can say
I
I just didn't this evening because I got distracted.
Okay. You notice near the end of your shift, your alarm doesn't go off. It just disappears. Like it was dismissed.
I immediately get up and go to wake the nearest person. Probably Azra, actually, because she's the best one with arcane other than me.
You go to wake her up, and she doesn't wake up. Azra, you see at the foot of your bedroll a lady with a bunch of teeth necklace, and you hear the thump of a peg leg as she walks over towards your bedroll. Yellow gas spills out of her nose and ears, and around her neck you see a weird pouch that looks like it's made of skin of a questionable source. And she has a rope belt that seems to have like a big bag satchel on it, and it moves occasionally. And she goes, "Hello, dearie. I would just like a hair from you."
No.
As she starts walking towards you.
Oh no, what are you doing in my tent?
When Azra doesn't wake up, I'm going to start trying to smack her face.
Okay, you smack her face, and nothing happens. Besides smacking her face, and her flesh is a little red there.
I start yelling to Varth, and then I'm gonna try it. Like, can I do an Arcana check to see if she's like asleep, if she's poisoned, if she's?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 13.
Okay, it's definitely not a sleep spell, but it's definitely some enchantment of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah, Jess, it is what you think it is. She has a wrinkly gray hand, and she she has horns like you do, and she starts pulling her bony finger towards your head like she's going for a hair.
I smack her hand away as hard as I can.
Okay, as you try to resist, you realize you can't move.
Oh no!
Oh, fucking sleep paralysis! It's the worst.
Like, just a little hair.
Do not touch me.
And as she pulls the hair, and you feel the yank of your hair going off, you see Dagger and over top of you, and she's just slapped you in the face.
I'm awake and I'm like, don't take my hair!
I'm not touching your hair. What the hell was going on? You were waking up. Are you okay?
Was I asleep?
It felt like it, but like you were dreaming. I think you weren't waking up. I didn't think it was like a normal sleep. Are you okay?
She gets up out of the bedroll and is like up against the wall of the tent, and is like, "There's a lady. She wanted my hair. She had gas. There was like gas around her, and there was a pouch, and I'm confused. Can I roll an Arcana check or something?
Yes.
To see if I know what that is.
Yes.
Because like she says that, my brain goes like hag or witch or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's a dirty 20. Oh my god.
Oh, so many of those.
To your worst nightmare, you're pretty sure that it was a night hag.
No, I think it was a night hag.
Do I know that those have what a night hag can do?
You know what a hag is, but with Azra's check, you know they're one of the most powerful witches in existence. They like to stay in the outer planes usually, but they will haunt people in their nightmares. Okay,
that's what I was wondering, because I'm like,
on fear.
Katrina knows that. I don't know that Dag would. I'm like, oh, okay.
They also collect souls of children and put it in bags, like a satchel.
Great.
So.
Oh, and eat them. They like eating children, like all hags.
They're an evil with the capital E.
They're fiendish hags, pretty much.
Would
you can give me a history check, Dagger, because she fully described to you what this hag looks like. Kame, you can give me a history check as well.
That's a natural 20, so 25.
Hey.
Holy crap! Cool.
I'm a history nerd. It's what I do.
So in character.
7.
Yeah. Witches, hags, whatever. It's what you get out of that.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know that there you've heard in the library of one of the merchant princes when you get to study a little bit in their library that there have been sightings of a witch coven in Chult fairly recently. They have actually been bold enough to say what their names are, the hags, and that they are called the Seven Sisters. The one she describes. No, that was year 25.
No. The name of them. It's the Seven Sisters or the
Sown, like.
Oh,
Sown.
okay.
And the one she described to you matches the name of one that you read about called Peggy Deadbells.
I'm like, okay, so we need to get you a protection from evil spell.
Yeah.
I don't know it. I'm pretty sure you don't. I don't know if that's something Varth can learn. I know it's like a holy spell, so like he might be able to do it, but I don't know if it's like clerics only or what.
As you guys are talking about that, Azra, you notice that there is a tooth sitting on the bottom of the tent. A small tooth, the size of a child's.
Oh, no. I flick it out of the tent.
God.
If I see that, I'm taking that thing and I'm chucking it off the fucking cliff. That thing could go into the sea 1,000 feet away.
Bye.
Okay. It's gone.
Yeah.
Azra, you swear you could hear her cackling for just a brief moment in the winds.
She's trying not to be scared because she knows that that's what the hag wants, but also she's terrified.
Yeah, you know they go into the border ethereal plane too. So it might be watching you all right now, and you just don't know.
Right.
And my alarm spell would not pick that shit up.
They're also really powerful spellcasters. So they probably cast
they could easily go,
dispel.
oh, there's an alarm there.
Yeah.
Well, I actually can learn protection from evil and good.
It's
on the wizard spell list.
Yeah.
I just don't have it.
You might need it at a higher level,
get
so
it.
just saying.
Cool.
Oh no, it's super cool and useful.
Hint, hint, nudge,
I might
nudge.
get that.
And you are also the only one in the party that can learn it.
Cool.
You guys don't encounter anything else that night, thank goodness. Besides Azra being terrified for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
You guys travel one more day, and Kame, you see the spot where the ravine dips a little bit, where you have your sailboat.
This way. Follow.
Definitely following.
I'm keeping an eye out. I want to see if I can see where the boat is hidden. I'm just curious.
Give me perception. And Kame, give me a stealth check.
5.
Like, where is it?
6. Ooh, okay.
It just avoided your detection.
Everyone else sees
It's like underneath the bush that I'm looking at right now.
Everyone else sees a very poorly covered up sailboat. It has like 2 vines on it, and Dagger's like looking the opposite direction. Like, where is it at?
Oh God, it probably has more than 2 vines on it. Come on, that's an ogre that rolls a 1 on a hide check. Come on now. Stands there with a branch in front of his face. No, see me.
Oh,
It's not even hidden. It just had like a branch fall on
he's
top
literally
of it.
holding a branch in front of his face in the middle of the road. No, see me.
I hide.
Me hiding.
you guys get everything off. Kame gets the sail ready, and you guys head out
Yeah.
and go north.
Ah, cool. We
It's
made it
a
in the
jump.
jungle alive.
Hey.
Azra's nightmares.
Yeah.
So distressed.
Well, I mean, it's not like it could have haunted my dreams. I don't have any hair.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
True.
That actually reminds me. That same night, Varth. This is going to ruin it because I was going to try to make it so you didn't realize it was a dream, but I'm going to roll with it anyway. When you went to bed after having some nice swordfish. You wake up, what you think is the morning. You wake up in the bathhouse with the temple soon, without anyone else there. It's just you, and you're just sitting in the pool. You notice the female Yuan-Ti, stewardess priest there, and with her silk veil, she looks at you with seductive eyes, but doesn't say anything. Do you do anything, or just stare back?
Well, I mean, she definitely expressed that she was a follower of the goddess of love, and that makes her a heretic, kind of like I'm also a heretic. So yeah, I think in real life I've probably actually said stuff to her and or attempted to, you know,
you actually
yeah.
You haven't seen her since that day. She like disappeared from the temple. You're not sure.
Dang it. In that case, yeah, in whatever this is that I'm imagining is, Varth definitely thinks it's a dream at this point.
Actually, she did give you her name, and her name is Salida.
Okay, I did not write it down, so I'm going to write it down right now. Can you spell that for me?
Salida, I guess, Salida.
Okay.
But yeah, so Salida's there, and she's got the silk veil thing, like one of those belly dancer stereotype outfits, and she's looking at you with the
God.
Like she wants to make a nest or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd imagine Yuan-Ti, it's definitely like their whole thing. I don't think they actually do any of that, but Varth used to be human, so he still kind of probably thinks that he can.
You know the ones that aren't human actually do reproduce. But
really?
The pure bloods that you are, no,
Yeah.
they're made from other
just
humanoids.
like snakes.
Yeah. You remember Ross Nissi's group. They have some of their failed experiments per se. The ones that didn't get turned into Yuan-Ti purebloods turn into brood guards, which are a little more animalistic, and they guard the actual nests. Anyway, so you sit there awestruck at her Yuan-Ti beauty, I guess, and she opens her mouth, and instead of speaking, water erupts from her mouth.
Oh boy!
Like a geyser. Roll initiative.
Oh shit!
20. Nope, sorry. Added wrong. 18.
18. Water quickly starts filling the room. What are you doing your turn?
Wild shape into something that breathes water and air. Like there's aquatic amphibious animals.
Crocodiles?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're sea.
I can turn into a crocodile.
Yeah, they can hold their breath for quite a while.
An hour.
There you go.
I looked at the description already, so I was like, holding my breath for an hour is definitely something I need to do for a lot of different reasons. Definitely gonna do that. Yep.
Okay, so you turn into a crocodile and you dive into the water. And as you dive into the water that's quickly filling the room, the water goes over your head as you dive. And you realize that you are no longer in this room at all, but in a huge void with no top, bottom, walls, or anything. Dead carcasses float in the water around you. Some of them are humanoid, but most of them are fish. Blurry and barely visible underwater, you see much further away from you, about 100 feet away, a mysterious blue woman in the distance with long, red amber hair. She seems to be wearing an ornate red dress, like Oriental Komodo kind of dress, gilded with gold. She has a crown made of a conch shell on her head with black pearls embedded in it. And she's floating in the water looking right at you, like you both are staying like buoyantly level.
Seeing that I'm completely in water now, an alligator only really holds their breath for an hour. I shape change into an octopus.
Okay. As you shape change into an octopus, her mouth opens to speak, and you hear a loud, booming feminine voice, evil serpentine feminine voice, an abyssal, say to you,
Oh, gee golly.
"You will never find the relic you seek. Drown or be consumed."
I'm like so scared for both of you. I'm not looking forward to next week.
Varth does not appear moved by the threat.
Since he is an octopus.
Well, yes, yeah. Obviously, I don't show any emotions. Octopus just, I swim there. Octopus-like without bones.
You hear a huge black shape appears underneath you, seems to take up the hole underneath. A impossibly huge black serpent swims up from underneath, mouth open, and consumes both you and her whole. As that happens, you wake up, and it's morning. Now we'll end it there. I was going to do that when we started, but...
Out of character, I know who that was.
In character, you know what that was.
I have a guess who that was.
In character, you know who that was.
Oh.
You're with Rosnissi a bunch, and they worship her.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I hate that. Like out of character, I know who that might be.
Yeah.
That's the evil elemental.
Dendar.
Yeah.
Primordial.
Oh.
So that's the right.
I actually wasn't thinking that. I was remembering the cover of this adventure.
All right. Well, next session, we will actually be starting the module Shore of Dreams.
Ooh.
So we'll see you guys next week.
So scared.
Yeah.
Nightmare.